to the Gamegasm podcast. We put the O in radio. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the show. My name is Jeremy.
Changing my world so I can live, it's O'Brien.
I don't even know what that is, but I'm Andrew still.
What is it?
Fear Factory.
Oh, you pick one random, 7-word line.
And they also have, 9 CDs.
They have a great I celebrate their entire catalog.
I do.
As you should.
It's like
Not
George
their
Michael.
newest, but the one before that where Dino came back. The best song on the album.
What was the album called?
Mechanize.
Oh, yeah.
And it's
okay.
Power Shifter, which is probably my favorite song on the album.
Power Shift.
And actually, that Changing My World so I can live is in the chorus.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Changing
yeah.
my world so
I
I
haven't heard
can
any
live.
yeah.
I haven't heard any of the new stuff at all lately.
Dude's good.
Yeah, it's really good.
I'll check it out.
The
It's all of it.
newest one is just Dino and Burton. Nobody else. They have live.
I haven't. Well, I've heard a couple songs of that.
It's not bad.
Yeah?
It's a little more mechanical sounding, but it's like
I can't I can't imagine that.
It's even more for them.
Not industrial.
They just use really kind of is, but
Like
they just
more
use
industrial?
just a drum machine and synthesizers just for their bass line, and they have live studio musicians. Essentially, it's not a studio; it's live.
Right.
So it's not bad. I still think that Mechanized was really good.
Yeah, it was. I really like that. I haven't heard a Fear Factory album I haven't liked.
The only thing it sucks is it's not. I mean, with Dino coming back, the other two left, so.
Yeah.
It's Byron Stroud from Strapping Young Lad, and then the dude who does Pickles the drummer for Metalocalypse, Gene Hoglan.
Really?
He replaced Raymond Herrera.
Diddly doo, ding dong,
didn't-
diddly doo.
He's also in Strapping Young Lad.
Yeah, Strapping Young Lad, by the
It was
way.
a good band.
Fucking amazing band.
Yes.
And Devin Townsend's an insane motherfucker, by the way.
Agreed.
Have you go to his website? I can't remember what it is. It's like devintownsend.com.
It's
Something
something
like that.
basic shit.
And it's all it is an entire page that's just a nothing but a fucking interactive graphic, and it's crazy shit on it. It looks like somebody did LSD and then was like, I'm gonna design a website.
Maybe they did.
Maybe.
That's how we should do That's how we should do our website for the Gamegasm podcast. We should all just do LSD and then just start designing it.
I wish I knew how.
No. We figured we learned how to while we're on LSD.
See, I wish I knew how to get LSD and design a website.
I get you LSD.
2 hurdles. I can get you a toe with nail polish. All right, so
what are we doing today? Mail sack?
yeah, we're gonna have we're gonna go back to the mail sack main topic. We're gonna answer multiple questions instead of just 2 or 3. Well, I guess 2 or 3 is multiple.
Have a sack episode.
Yeah,
a
sack
3 is
episode.
the standard number, although some people sometimes stick in multi-compartments of 6 font points in there. Well, here's what we're going to do with this
Goob.
question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we used questions for him, one question he asked, it was 6 of them. It was literally an 8-part thesis.
And he's lucky that we know him in real life and kind of like him, so therefore we actually give it.
Oh, yeah,
if
I've been
it was
like,
anybody else,
fuck
we'd have
this.
been
This
This
like,
fat ginger.
Well, when you and you did FAD, F-A-D, I was when I saw how fat was actually pretty funny, I was
Right.
like, yeah, I'm asking this guy's questions. Even if we've been a stranger, I've been like, yeah, I'm asking this motherfucker's questions.
Yeah.
This guy seems legit.
All right, so let's dig in. What do we got?
So first guy is a guy that actually responded back. We jokingly talked about his location, although he's not. I mean, nice. I will not say it on the air. He actually gave me his exact address. That is what I'm fucking talking about.
I'm gonna Google Maps it and see.
By the way, if you give us a shitty question, I know where you live. Zach from Michigan.
Next time, we want fucking latitude and longitude.
Yeah,
Fuck
could you
that
not send
address
a
shit.
Google
to be
Earth?
fair, we can Google that. We'll take the exercise. I'll Google it.
You could send me a Google Earth image, you lazy fuck.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Street View.
I gotta go to my computer. What the hell? Also, cross I-125 if that helps.
No.
Yeah.
No fucking
But
clue.
he's from Ann Arbor, so maybe he does go to UM. I don't know.
Hey,
But hey,
yo, University
Blue
of
and Maze
Michigan.
or whatever.
Something
go get him.
Wolverines or
So
something.
yeah, he's got a question focused on music for the games.
Yeah.
For soundtracks, he's got 4 different categories he'd like to know what our favorites are. Starting off, what do we think was the catchiest tune?
In all of gaming?
All of gaming.
Wow.
Jesus
And
Christ.
I'm okay with the push. I mean, he didn't specify. If you don't say one, you have to.
We're all gonna have way different answers. But one of the video game musics that always gets stuck in my head is from Romance 2. That doon 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 doon.
That is so. Bum, bum.
Yeah, it's not like the best song ever, but it's the catchiest.
I'm
It
gonna
is
go not necessarily good music because we've actually whenever we rated the games we actually knocked it for its music a lot of being repetitive. Shining Force.
Yeah.
Shining Force, headquarters music.
Oh god, it's only 3
I thought you were talking
fucking
about the
MIDI files.
fighting music.
and battle music. I was say headquarters and battle music.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it is catchy.
it is
Yeah.
catchy. It's not necessarily in a good way, but not super annoying.
And I don't want to cop out, but I really believe the catchiest one is probably the easiest one.
Mario.
Yeah. I was going to go there. But...
And it's partly it's nostalgic or what have you, but when I think about, like, I'm just saying what everybody knows it. Like, my mom knows it, your mom knows it, they know Mario music. It's just, maybe it's the simplicity of it.
Right.
But as soon as I hear it, it just... It's like, and I can sing it and be happy. Because there's shit fucking music in the world today that's catchy. And you're like, oh, yeah. And I'm like, oh, this fucking shit's terrible.
But it's stuck in your head. Yeah.
And that's one that I feel is just never escapes.
Yeah.
So, for me in that
It's
one.
never going to get out your head, bro.
Yes. Oh, by the way, he put Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger is his catchiest.
It's got a good sound. It's got a good
sound.
I have to go back
I don't
and
know
listen
that I
to
would
it.
classify it as catchy, though. A lot of those deep RPG ones,
they're usually background noise.
and you have so many of them.
Catchy usually equals repetitive, generally.
Correct, yeah.
Because it gets stuck in your head. And
Correct.
the romance, when it's your turn, you listen to that same fucking music for maybe 10 minutes, depending on how long in the game you are.
Yeah, I mean, all their musics are really that way.
Yeah.
Which I completely understand that one. Okay, so he moves on to the best, which is a much harder one to answer.
The best music?
Yeah, best music.
Have we already talked about this?
I think we
A little
have.
bit. I think we were kind of leaning. Some of us towards Secret of Mana.
Yeah.
Some towards just straight up Skyrim. I mentioned Civ.
I mean,
Halo.
If we're going to talk about the best, like, it seems to me like even though Secret of Mana had a really good soundtrack in its entirety as a game, it doesn't really strike me as being the best soundtrack. You know what I mean?
Maybe the best at its time, though. It's kind of one of the time-sensitive things to where you don't have the big money orchestra and that kind of stuff.
But when you get into Elder Scrolls and Halo, they start getting into orchestrated shit.
And I get that, but it's such like the game rating when we do them. I don't say, well, this is a rating if you played it at this date. It's just the game in itself.
Right.
So me personally, I always compartmentalize that.
Right,
Like, if it's a game from 93 and these are the parameters it had, that's what I care about.
Sure, yeah.
So I don't really give a fuck.
You don't compare it to Halo because it's not fair.
It's not fair. And more importantly, it doesn't necessarily mean that one was better.
Right.
In the broader sense of better. It just means that it's better in the sense
And also back in the day, music wasn't as a big of a deal as it is now, and it wasn't the biggest deal to the company making the game. There wasn't as much budget and that kind of stuff for music. I
felt the music was more important back then.
In certain aspects because
a lot
it
of
was
times
harder to do
you
right.
had to hear it more. Because honestly, the Skyrim music just is beyond background.
And chiptune can just be so annoying if it's not done right.
Yeah, so a lot of your newer games, they do this big stuff for the opening titles, and after that, it's just ambiance.
Yeah.
You've got so much stuff going on. The older games, like a Mario or something like that, it's a very simplistic level. The music stands out more.
Yeah.
So I guess for best...
I mean, we've named like 6 or 7 games.
Yeah.
I don't know that we could really come up to
any of those. Are all
to avoid
amazing.
a push, I'm just going to say the
or Dynasty Warriors.
I was going to say Dynasty Warriors.
at its base, the Elder Scrolls theme.
Mystic Quest. At its
think-
base,
I think that because it changes each game, but it's still the same theme. I would say that orchestrated Elder Scrolls sound. As I mean, even back in Morrowind, like early 2000s, like that was really, really good.
A lot of the Final Fantasies have really iconic, really well put together,
and really good ones too.
And they put, they
3
put out
was really good music.
Not 7 had a really great orchestrated soundtrack. I mean, and even like your menu music, like whenever you would select your game, you'd have the do 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 do, the intro music. Was
That is a catchy tune.
And to be fair, by the way,
I gotta say, catchiest tune is gonna be original Final Fantasy. I'm like,
fucking rock it out and shit.
Oh my god, dude, that shit. Okay, I gotta change it. That is the catchiest tune in video game history.
I was going to say something. Oh, and by the way, I'm saying this avoiding all music games or any games that have an actual music soundtrack.
That's not.
Like
I skip Tony Hawk, and games like that
that's
had really
not
good
fair.
rock soundtracks.
I guess if I was to say best, and we're all doing different angles, it might be Civ.
Yeah.
Because Civ uses the orchestra, and they do it really cool cultural and world ones, and all of them are so good.
Yeah.
But anyways, he picks Final Fantasy IX.
Really?
I'd
A lot
have
of
to go
people
back.
like that game.
I remember I liked that game, but I don't remember the music being that fucking good. But I'll trust him.
Also, his opinion's probably going to be skewed by nostalgia.
Partly, but once you see the next two categories, best 8-bit.
Best 8-bit. Oh god.
Ugh.
You might almost have to go Mario on that just out of default.
I'm thinking Legend of Zelda.
I'd probably say Legend of
Yeah.
Zelda. But, I don't know, for one song, the fucking bike riding theme from Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
Oh, yeah.
It's so good. And there's a lot of good games. You get Romance on that one. It's really good. Genghis Khan was really good. A lot of the strategy games had good music because you had to hear it over and over and over.
Yeah, I remember Genghis Khan being good. They had that, where you were taking your turn and it was that
Clash
same
of
song.
Demon Head. That's a random game, I know, but it had really neat music.
Yeah.
It was really kind of cool. I
heard that game.
I don't know. He picks Mega Man 2.
Mega Man's had really good music. Because
All
again,
good.
just like playing the level, you had to listen to the same song over
Ninja Gaiden
over
too.
and
Because
over.
like in the little cutscenes, it's
Yeah.
like really
All the Mega Man
Yeah.
were.
I
really
think I'd
good
say
music.
Ninja Gaiden actually.
Yeah? Nice.
I honestly, I don't. I was a little younger than you guys, so I wasn't paying as much attention to
Yeah.
music, and I didn't go back and play as much.
Trying to pick best on something
It's-
like music is really
Especially
hard.
on Nintendo, especially on
If
original
you
Nintendo.
count all 8-bit, Phantasy Star, the original Phantasy Star on Master System 8-bit game, and that game had ballin' music.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
Almost died.
Almost died. Had a little choke.
Lastly, nostalgia.
For music? It's too much music.
I'd almost say everything we said in a way is valued by
Because
nostalgia.
and everybody that's even like his picks, I think, like you said earlier, are nostalgia picks because it's hard to pick best music. I mean, it's so subjective, and a lot of your best music may not be the most well composed, but it was you played a lot of this game, or you had a great time playing this game. So everything you remember about the game is that much more fun to you. So I mean, I do think
His pick was Donkey Kong Country 2. So I
that's
don't know
that's
that-
an obscure.
It is, but nostalgia is about what do you remember
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
positive about. And I don't know
Right.
if he's that much different age range than us.
Yeah.
And he might be, but think about this. He picked Chrono Trigger, Mega Man 2, and DKC 2. So I'm thinking from Chrono, maybe he went back and played it, but DKC 2, who would go back and play that?
No, yeah. I'm sure
So
he
maybe
grew up
he's not
playing
that much different in age, but for nostalgia, for me, it's like it's tough because all those games to a point.
Literally every one of the games we've mentioned could be in
Sure.
contention.
Yeah.
Also, and a caveat to his long ass question, he would like to know if we would play Civ with followers or listeners.
I would love to.
Yeah.
Me and O'Brien are the only ones that have Civ.
So you guys can. I mean, I'd.
Which, by the way,
He was making you notice because we play a lot.
Yeah.
So he's like, hey, if anybody
I
would
remember
want to do that.
Markowski. He used to want to play. He used to ask all the time. I haven't seen him.
He was
around
trying
a
to
lot.
get a big Civ game
Yeah.
together.
So food for thought, Zach. He was all about running it. I know how to run. I've played enough online, and we've played over land, stuff like that. It's not hard to do. It's something we have to think about, but I'd like to. And if we do, we'll hit you up.
Yeah.
Moving right
HMU.
along. Hopefully a little bit quicker one. Speed us up here. Wyatt.
Wyatt?
That's all I got.
Erp.
I maybe from Dodge City.
Okay.
Or from Tombstone. I don't know.
Yeah.
You didn't give me your fucking location, Wyatt.
He's from Tombstone.
Fuck off, Wyatt.
He's Kurt Russell, then it's forgiven. Because Kurt Russell's a fucking man. What villain would you be and why?
Oh.
Everybody's always focused on the hero.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
The length.
Yeah, Link, Mario.
It's girth. Length.
It's width.
Length. This is width.
Yeah.
Looks like a kickstand.
What villain?
That's rough.
That's a
I mean,
good fucking.
the
question.
initial thought is Sephiroth.
Because he's just a badass.
'Cause
But
he's just
also
a
you have to
badass.
look like
Uh,
an effeminate,
yeah.
sort of Japanese.
Anime
Like,
person.
you know,
guy.
I know it's kind of our fanboy pick, but Kefka, like, if you're gonna be a bad guy, fucking go balls out, just be fucking evil.
The only thing is, if I'm going to be a bad guy, I want a power.
Yeah.
Like, Sephiroth was had a sword, and Kefka had powers in the game, but, like, I don't like some fucking, like, badass, you know?
Gee, I'm trying to go through and think of all the games that we've played that have...
Like, eat your soul rapist.
I'm trying to think like just some of the enemies from like the Devil May Cry series. I mean the final. I can't think of the fucking final boss's name. I haven't played in a while, but like some of those were really fucking badass. That's a
good question. It's such a good question, because it's like, all of a sudden you're always so focused on the hero, and you're like, who the fuck would I be? I don't really want to be Bowser or something like that, you know? I want to be a fucking dragon.
Dark Dragon. You know, be like fucking Dark Dragon just fly around.
I'm just trying to think of somebody who won. Like, is there like a bad ending in any video game?
You know,
it's really not.
I know in the first God of War, he fought the God of War. You'd be fucking Ares.
Yeah.
You'd be a god. That's not bad.
Why be a king when you can be a god? Eminem. You know.
I knew what you're doing there.
Yeah, he's neither.
Oh, Jesus. Can we come back to this one?
Just like randomly in the middle of the show, just answer it.
So fucking many bad
So
guys.
many. There's a lot of dead space here, just because honestly,
You couldn't even. If you asked me which hero would I be out of video game, it would take me this long to answer.
Yeah, the head of the Umbrella Corporation would be cool. He'd be like
That would be
infinitely
neat.
rich and
Yeah.
powerful. You never really see him, but he's the overarching villain.
Right.
Something like that's a cool like concept. But a lot of these games, I mean,
It'd be like Pyramid Head. Just
oh, dude, that would be kind of cool, you know?
He's not really a boss, though, or a villain. He's just a bad guy.
I don't want to fuck with him today right now.
Unkillable.
He's fucking badass. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Wyatt may have kind of stumped us here. We have to come back to that.
Yeah, let's come back to that one.
So we got Magnus. Magnus von Magnus.
Magnus.
Yeah, I don't know.
As a cave bear?
He's not von Magnus unless he is the world's strongest man. Okay, so he wants to see if we want to put a hero in another game, who we would like it to be. He'd like it to be one good and one funny. Meaning one good is in you're going to put a hero that actually could kind of work in the game world,
Right.
play, fit, and then one that would just be fucking kind of stupid and funny. Like, you put Kratos in like Mario World, you know?
Yeah, or Mario. in God of War would be
Yeah,
better.
like, you know, he's like trying to jump on these
It's
soldiers.
me. Yeah.
He's brutalized.
Let's say, how about for funny? Let's put like Earthworm Jim in Halo or something.
that would be pretty funny.
Something like Mario,
He's
and
like
like
whipping his head at people.
like in like Resident Evil or like a Silent Hill, somebody like that who's just really, or Peach or somebody like she's.
I would
a
say
Silent
like
Hill
Peach or like
character.
Mortal Kombat or something
Yeah.
like that would be.
Yeah. It's
Very-
like where you're gonna be it's gonna be bad news bears.
Right. As far as putting one hero in a good game, like
I got a good idea for that. Actually,
Yeah?
it would be a cool crossover if you could put Master Chief in Gears of War.
that wouldn't be bad.
Or the guy you could actually because they're both futuristic, they're both overall arching. Couldn't they just be different worlds?
Yeah.
And you could meld that and actually be kind of a cool to move the mechanics.
Yeah, that wouldn't be so bad. You could put like, and this is could also be funny, but like you could make a dark style Ratchet and Clank by putting them in the BioShock universe. That'd be kind
That'd
of
be
Oh,
kinda
interesting.
Put like a dark twist on it, you know. I'm just trying to think of a couple like
You put
neat
like
ways.
like Kirby into the like Link series. I mean, that'd be kind of funny, but I mean, yeah, it's cartoony and it could
Yeah.
kind of work. I mean, he's got the sword, you know.
You do crossover that way. Any of those Nintendo characters would be a cool one.
Yeah, I think Nintendo you could do a lot of, you know, not to go the Smash Brothers route, but I mean, like a lot of them do have, you know, synergy in that respect. I don't
You could
know.
do like Metroid and Star Fox or something like that. That could work.
yeah. Actually, Samus would work in a lot
She would.
if you think about
You
it.
could do her in Halo or something like that.
Yeah.
You know?
her in like a Tomb Raider series or something like that, like a futuristic Tomb Raider kind of thing.
You could also mix Tomb
Which I
Raider
guess
and,
is-
and Uncharted. Or Uncharted.
Duke Nukem and Skyrim.
Dude.
That would be kind of fun. You know, he's like, I need your help. There's a dragon.
He's like, tough shit or something like that. You know?
I'm gonna rip off your head and shit down your neck.
Now, if you actually did chop off the dragon's head and then shit down the dragon's throat, that would be really entertaining.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a good question.
Let's rock.
Fun. So we got Jordan from Corona, CA, Killer Pond.
Yeah.
Hey,
KP.
KP.
Yeah, whatever. But no numbers, so
Yeah.
I'm already in approval.
It's
of
a
your
killer
name.
pond, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something where you would not want to go.
No.
No.
He mentions that we do not care for his generation of gamers, which obviously we know how old
We
he
like
is now.
KP.
Not necessarily. It's just certain of you. The bulk of you.
Which means we hate your generation
the
of gamers.
general you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, oh yeah. The royal
The
you.
royal you.
Yeah. So yes, we hate your face. But
We tolerate you.
he wants to know, do we think the next generation of gamers will be different, worse, better? How will it compare?
It all depends on the progress of where video games go. I mean, if, say, my son, or your kids, they're between the ages of 1 and 3, you're going to have, in 10 years, where is gaming going to be? We're going to beat the new system, easy. So we're going to beat the new generation of consoles. This last one that was supposed to last a decade only lasted 7,
Maybe
8
just
years.
barely.
you know?
That's kind of funny to think about that, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Our
that
kids
is.
will
I
be
never
like
thought
in
about that.
fucking
Yeah.
middle school,
Right.
and it will get our next console. That tells you something.
So when you think about it that way, I mean, it all depends on how things progress. I think this is the first generation where games have taken a progression towards profit instead of the game itself. Like the industry has finally become self-aware, you know what I mean? And it's now
That's a good way to put it. I know it's kind of like, yeah, I know you weren't intending, but that's actually a really good way to put it. I mean, everybody was always out to make a profit originally, but it used to be so much more about, and I don't want to get on a big topic, but it used to be about more innovation. Now it's kind of realized,
hey, we made a hit.
Yeah.
Let's fucking run that hit
And
to
I
the
agree,
ground.
I understand where you're coming from. It was always to make a profit.
It was always everything that
Yes.
people that sell perfume, they do it to make a profit.
They
That's
just
not what
didn't
I'm
have
saying.
the format they didn't have the roadmap they have now.
Right.
Yes.
Well, back then,
I don't think it
still-
was altruistic back then. at
No,
all.
it was
no,
still,
no,
but it
I
was
wasn't
still a
trying to-
niche thing. Like 10
Oh,
years
yes.
ago, gaming wasn't nearly as big as it is now, and 20 years ago was much smaller.
Yeah, it was definitely a niche. Niche, I completely agree.
Yeah,
with.
so now that it's not a niche and it's in the forefront of the market, people are like, "Fuck, we can make a shit ton of money off this.
Yes.
Let's recycle last year's video game and
But to
sell
me,
it
that's
for
more
millions of
about
dollars
games and
again."
not about the gamers. I don't think that affects the gamers as much
But it does.
as if it does.
Because Call of Duty, back in its original state, was an amazing game.
Agreed.
And it's slowly gotten worse and worse and worse because they've added voice comms, they've added anonymity, they've added...
But that's not about the games. That's about the
internet.
technology in general. That's
But-
what I was more... I think maybe extrapolating the question, I guess.
I guess you're right, but even back in Call of Duty 2, it wasn't nearly as fast-paced and twitchy as it is now.
No.
It's slowly evolved, and it's created that, motherfucker, I died! You know, that type of rage and shit. You can be... I don't care
You
if you're...
never got mad when you died.
Dude, I'm telling you, I
Every
don't care.
time.
I'm just going to say that. I don't care if you're 6 or 60. You play Call of Duty, you will get mad. Eventually,
There's
you
a
will
lot
get
of
mad.
games you do that.
It's a
and-
sliding scale.
Yeah, it is. You get mad, too. Don't act like I don't get mad.
No, I'm just playing because you just like rage. It was great.
Oh, dude, I take my controller and I twist it in my hand.
Because I get upset. But remember, like when you were living up there when she'd already moved and you were by
Yeah.
yourself, so you could yell in the house.
Yeah.
You would yell. I mean, all of us would. Our headphones would explode. You're like, "That motherfucker!" You just scream, and we would just laugh. It was actually part of the fun part. But you never say it to another opponent. So who gives a shit?
Yeah.
We just
And
know
I
you're
never
fr-
said it. I never said it in game.
you
It was
never
always
know.
just in friends,
Yeah.
like a call or something.
The point is, I think it means what will if the future generation of gamers can and maybe change a little bit in their habits and their ways they do things, it will be a positive.
Right.
I think it's hard for the current generation or future generations of gamers without leading from parental figures and that kind of stuff to help their gaming habits out a lot of the ways, because I mean people just want to sit down and play games and have fun. They don't think about it a lot of times. It's just a time sink for a lot of people. And yeah, you're playing to have fun, but it honestly becomes more habitual, and you're just sitting down and you just do. But when you realize, kind of like as we're a little older, you've got your vendetta against EA, which I think most people do, and just that whole kind of
More so
culture.
Ubisoft, but EA also sucks dick.
But the EA sucks one ball and the EA sucks the other ball.
I got another point to make too when you're done.
Well, no, I was just saying, but like that's kind of one of those things that that we talk about a lot on the show, and it's something that it's frustrating for more older people than it is the current generation of gamers, because they just buy a game because it's fun. We take stands on things a lot of times, like I'm not going to buy the game because EA or Ubisoft's a pile of shit. We're not doing it. So
That's also an age thing too, though.
yeah, and that's more what I was getting at.
we
I
would have
guess.
made that stand at 20.
No.
And here's another direction that the industry has turned. It's turned to multiplayer, and more importantly, online competitive play. So there's more anger. There's more. You're actually playing against somebody else. You play Call of Duty. You play just single player back in Call of Duty 2, unless you wanted to play like the 3,000 people that were playing. You know what I mean? But now you buy Call of Duty, it's expected to just play online. And a lot of games are like that. So when you play competitively, like you play Smite, or you play WoW, and you play in an arena, or you play a battleground or something like that, you instantly go from, oh, this game is fun, this game is cool, to, holy shit, there's people that are mad at each other. And WildStar is a perfect example. Getting into that game and playing it a little bit, getting into the battleground, I first stepped into it, and there's already people arguing. Like my first battle, I was like, really? This is my first battleground. You're already arguing like fucking children. And they're in those types of games, you're typing it out. Yeah, probably. But you're typing it out. So you're so mad that you actually are taking time away from the game to type. You know what I mean? Like, that's how bad it is.
Well, I will say, like, kind of on a side note on that, I'm not going to go too long, but it's... I do that. I'll do that in Smite sometimes. I'll be like, "What the fuck?" And I'll start typing, and then by the time I'm done typing, and I'm like,
nope,
no,
not
I'm
worth
not.
it, nope.
Nope, not even.
You're already over
and
it.
I also kind of got that rage out of my end by typing it out mentally,
because you have the conscious decision before you hit enter to say, "No, I'm not going to do
like
that."
this is not going to help the game.
I guess to cap it, the only thing I will say is I personally feel that the generation will probably be better.
You think?
And two fronts. One, you'll be used to the idea behind it. Internet, all these things, these aren't new. This isn't new.
That's fair.
But the bigger thing is, and I'll take our friend Adam.
Mm-hmm.
And his multitude of children.
Like 17
he has
now?
6
Yeah.
kids. A lot of his kids, they all, as far as age range, they grew up playing more 8-bit stuff.
Right.
Our kids will most likely reflect our early gaming traditions.
Right.
Whereas if you look at the kids that are 15 and
That
20
might be
now,
true.
their parents did not play games. Our parents did not tell us how to behave. We
Right.
might all be douchebags too if we had the internet then and didn't know any better.
Didn't have our generation that grew up with games teaching you how to not be a dick.
The problem is will that mean that the kids that are now do the same thing with their kids? Very highly possible.
So it's going to be a cyclical thing.
I think it will always be cyclical. It's everything in life is.
Yeah, that's actually a good way to look at it.
So, okay.
Look at you.
I know.
Fucking Nostradamus over here.
A little bit here. Video game character as a friend. I think we've answered this before, but he asked it so we can answer it again.
I'm gonna go with Yoshi as a
you
companion.
You do sacrifice him a lot, yeah.
He's Mario's dog, so man's best friend. He can do anything I want him to do. I can ride. I never have to walk. Ride around on him, punch him in the back of the head, and he eats shit for me. I don't even have to teach him. I just punch him.
I would say Luigi because he's always gonna be second fiddle. he's never trying to one up me.
Yeah.
He's just gonna be that guy in the background. Like, hey, he'll jump higher than I can.
It doesn't have to be a sidekick. It could be any video game character as your friend.
True.
That's a real tough one. Like Master Chief, maybe. That dude fuck people up. He's like a cool guy to hang out with.
Yeah.
You know?
How do you know? He doesn't speak.
He does. He talks to Cortana. He talks to that black sergeant guy. I forget his name.
No.
The black sergeant guy.
Yeah.
I always think of him as Sergeant.
That's racist.
I always think of Apone
Why does
because
he gotta
from
be black?
Aliens. Because he is black. Because I feel they ripped that off of Aliens. Because in Aliens, the second one, Sergeant Apone's this badass black, drill sergeant, and he's looks exactly like the fucking guy.
I think in Aliens though he's billed as Black Sergeant guy.
no, he's
in the credits.
I'm a big Aliens nerd. I know that he's Apone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
APWN.
APO. It's bad I know that, but yeah, no, that'd be pretty good. And video game is a successful movie.
We already did this one too.
We did.
Wait a minute. Video games that would make a good movie?
Well, we would like to see a movie. What do we? I guess it's more us.
Didn't we literally just do this last time?
There was like a couple of
Because
those.
you stole my Duke Nukem.
Yeah, that was. I don't know if it was
That
last
was
one.
literally last episode. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, it wasn't last episode.
One of the two. I mean, you edit these, so
Because somebody asked.
Oh
for...
yeah, it was last episode.
Yeah.
Wow.
Zelda, Duke.
Come on
Nukem.
now, Jordan. Now, in fairness, in Jordan's defense, he might have asked it before
Yeah,
Dalton.
yeah.
So I don't even remember what we said last time.
So
So the answer to
Duke
that
Nukem.
one is last time.
Yeah, you said Halo, I think.
Probably. Okay. I was able to find a question from Renee.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Out of his 45 that are...
I will say that man brings them. He's diligent. You get him, Mr. Bautista. His is more of an existential question.
I would not describe this podcast as existential, really.
Dude, we're going to discuss Proust. We're going to talk about that Western, irredentist movement. We're going to get into that.
I was worried about that.
Me too.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
excited.
I can tell that you are so moist
Look
right
at
now.
my boner.
So Kierkegaard was saying, no, I'm just fucking.
I was like, wait, what? Is this really how it's starting?
A good philosopher, by the way.
Yeah.
Why are video games fun? What makes them fun for us?
That
And then
actually
he
is a
wants
pretty
an
good question.
example of our top games and why they are fun. So what intrigues him about this? So why are video games fun?
I feel like the last 10, the first.
You've asked, so I'll take the beginning here. I think they're fun because there's a lot of reasons. Obviously, going back to childhood, it was it's what you did when you were a child. You played video games. It was cool seeing all the new things you could do.
That's what we did when we were a child.
Well, I know, but that's how I met my friends. That's not necessarily how I met my friends, but that was our bonding point, was video games. So for me, it is a lot of nostalgia's sake. It brings back a lot of good memories. For me anymore, it's like I alluded to it earlier. It's a time sink for a lot of people, but I don't feel like it's a time sink. It's kind of an escape for me. I'm 29 years old, almost 30. And it's kind of and I'm not old. I don't think any of us are really old in the scheme of things. We're old relative to gamers, I would say, to our audience.
We're archaic.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm 50 according to my stream.
Yeah.
So
my penis is just covered in dust.
It is. Well, you use yours more
I
than I
want
use
to make
mine.
a joke somewhere in there, but I had one in my head and it was terrible.
Yeah.
So I just there's one where I thought first.
There you go.
But it's like a lot of people play it as a time sink, and that honestly kind of not pisses me off because I'm not actively angry about it, but for me it's an escape. I mean, it's staying. Oh, damn it!
That's what popped in my head, and that's why I didn't say it.
He just showed us the paper, what he had written down. We're not gonna. No,
They're not repeating that on air.
But all kidding aside, like it's an escape for me. It makes me not feel old. It makes me, I can't even think with it anymore.
O'Brien's horrible mind has derailed this whole answer.
I'm sorry. But what he said, escapism is really a big part of it.
Yeah.
And not that I hate my life, that I'm like, oh my god, my life's so bad that I have to
escape. Yeah.
But no, like I go to school, I work, a kind of a tough job overall. Not like super tough, not like super demanding, but it's, you work out in the weather, you have schedules to meet, and I'm not full-time. I'm part-time there, and, part-time in school, so I have a fairly busy schedule between that and streaming. But, like, whenever I play Smite right now, or, Wild Stars I'm starting to get into, I get to hang out with my friends, it's fun for me, and I also, like, being a streamer, I get to teach people things, and that's something that a lot of people don't get to experience, so for me, that actually is relevant.
I'm a teacher.
I
teach them.
Taekwondo? No, I guess, like, to me, I think fun would also tie into my top game. A part of it is escapism, but for me, like, a constructive and accomplishing things. Like, we always talk about, I'd rather play a video game than watch TV.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
I've always felt that way. I'm getting something out of it.
Right.
The enjoyment is accomplishing a task or taking on a challenge and doing something with it. So, like, one of my top games would probably be Civ.
Yeah.
Civ or Romance. And it's because I'm not a general. I'm not a world leader. And I love history. I love the knowledge. I love that stuff. Part of it. So I get to take my own interest and then, put into a system that really makes me happy. I think that's what makes games fun. Whether it be something, you're probably not a superhero. You're probably not a wanton murderer in Rockstar.
I mean,
in a Rockstar game.
I am a superhero.
Oh, I know. But you know what I mean? Like, you don't get to do those things. That's part of the game, the escapism, what Andrew said. But a part of it, I think, is the challenge. You're actually doing something constructive, although maybe your mom and dad would have said it's not constructive. Go outside and do something.
But it's more constructive than sitting and watching TV because you're essentially getting the same experience, but then more.
And I'm going to piggyback off of what both of you have said, because actually you guys have made my argument perfect. The fact is that I use it not only as an escape and not only as to feel some sort of accomplishment rather than just sitting around doing nothing. A lot of people like reading books. A lot of people like watching movies. Those are stories that you're taking in. A video game is the same thing, except I'm controlling it and I am creating the world that I'm building this story around, or that they've built the story around, or they built around the story. Whatever, you know what I'm trying to fucking say. But another thing that I think really draws us in, at least us in particular, is we can watch a movie, we can watch a book, and we can play a game, all of the same thing. We're going to prefer the game more for one reason: there are statistics involved.
Oh, God.
Yeah, there are
numbers.
There are stats, there are health, there's mana, there's strength, all these
high
things.
Score.
Yeah, exactly. So there's all of these things that when you see it in the numbers, Hercules is strong. But when I see that in a number, it just feels more accurate, I guess. Yeah. It feels cool, it feels neat, and it feels like, I know exactly what's going on at all times. Not to mention, video games do more than reading and TV together.
Well, you're also building hand-eye coordination, too, which...
True.
Yeah.
I mean, there's obviously drawbacks to both. Kids read a fucking book.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I'm saying playing a video game over reading a book, because you need to do both.
We all kind of missed off of the bonding aspect of it. Like you said earlier with your friends, I know we could do a book club, maybe, and we can watch a movie together.
Well, the only reason I didn't say bonding is because we can bond just as much playing sports or something like that.
And that's true. But particularly about video games, you're kind of... When me and you, or the three of us, play basketball, and that's fun, that's great, we win or we lose, but we're almost like embarking on a journey. And I'm not trying to say we're fucking going to take the ring to Mount Doom or anything. I'm just saying you kind of are. You're doing, like, when we did the rating game, we play those RPGs together, we would do that stuff, and we're starting a goal-oriented thing. We're doing this at the beginning. I know now time to just plug in, let's get online, do whatever. But you're starting some kind of journey to this together. Right. And you can't get that from anything else.
No. I mean, tabletop games. Like,
MERP
and stuff like that, and Magic the Gathering, and even board games sometimes.
Yeah.
But
sorry.
Yeah.
Parcheesi.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't break the ice.
Bonding is good too. I mean, you don't get that so much anymore.
That's the sad thing. Unless it's an MMO maybe, or something like that.
But even then, it's not as cool. Sitting in the room with your friends, which is why I like going to like LANs, or even like when we do the 24-hour live stream and stuff. Sitting in a room with your friends is 10 times better than playing over the internet.
10 times might be selling it short. Sadly.
Yeah, no shit. Like setting up an N64 or GameCube or a Wii or a PlayStation or an Xbox and playing next to each other split screen is just so much fun. How much fun did we have playing the Mario Kart drinking game?
A lot.
I mean, that was one of the most fun times I've had in a long time.
That was fucking great.
And it
would have been the same had we figured out, like, say we were able to, like, hack the Wii U to be able to, play over or whatever, and do it separately. I mean, it wouldn't have been as fun to have the drinking.
Or if you had your own Wii U at your house and you played online. Yeah. So, Yeah, there's a lot of things that go into making it fun, and it's the culmination of all of those things
Culmination.
I was waiting for it.
that make it.
Nailed it.
I even pointed at him like, "Hey, follow up."
Yeah, as soon as you say anything like that, it's a culmination.
It's the culmination of all those things that we enjoy about it that make it our favorite thing, our favorite pastime, our favorite hobby.
So to finish up, we got 2 luminaries of the question world.
I have no clue who these 2 are going to be.
Yeah.
Skulking.
He's obviously a newcomer.
He's skulking up in my mailbag.
Yeah.
Thoughts on exclusive content on multiplayer games. Or multi-platform games. Always bringing... He actually tweeted once like, you haven't asked my stuff. I'm like, dude, you asked so many good business-related questions.
Yeah.
Just so you know, we see them all. I love them all. We gotta go get so many.
Got to give some other people a chance to shine.
So he always asks great business-level questions. And here's another good one. So do we like it, not like it?
Like exclusive,
basically, like if Call of Duty had map packs and some of the games do have
for
like
PS4 versus
Xbox One.
Xbox comes out 30 days early or something like that. He's
talking about exclusive,
but that's
that
still
would be
exclusivity.
Yeah, and that's been happened since 360 time, where certain games would come out early or would only get certain types of bonuses or upgrades you could get through them and not through the other one.
I don't really care. I mean, I know that's it doesn't really bother me either way as long as it's not something that's like game breaking or like super fucking good. If you give an extra map or something like that, cool. I'm going to get a different map that you won't get. You'll get a different map that I won't get. That's fine. We can have our own special things like that. But if you give me like the best gun in the game or the best item in the game that I can't get on another system, that's frustrating.
So I guess I'm actually fully in favor of that. Because at the end of the day, you're actually paying that developer for the advantage. Because you can't get it exclusive, you're getting something to give your consumer base what you want. I personally like exclusive games.
Yes,
that's what truly separates systems. And since it's harder and harder to do that, exclusive downloads and after content, DLC is the only way sometimes to differentiate what you have versus a competitor. And if a developer is willing to do that and take that forward money as both a software developer and as a console developer, I find it to be win-win. Now, if I have a PS4 and I want to have that thing on Xbox One, you know what the easy solve is? Go buy a fucking Xbox One.
Yeah.
That's the idea. You have to have competition. I think it's smart for everybody. Because as a developer, now you can say, I'll make this map pack for you, and I'll give you something, you give me something.
I guess I wasn't thinking about it from a business perspective. I was thinking more just from a gamer perspective.
But from a consumer, you're probably going to be loyal to whatever console. I imagine it may all balance in the end, but it may give you the ability to then say, I want to buy this system because it's got better DLC. Right. It may allow you to make a more informed decision, maybe.
I'm all about exclusives, like exclusive releases, like you said. Nintendo, obviously.
Yeah.
From now on and forever, I will own a PC for gaming and I will own a Nintendo. Because I don't want to miss out on the Nintendo exclusives. They're just too good to pass up. You know, you got Mario Kart, Zelda, all Smash Bros. I mean, you can't name enough Nintendo games. The exclusives are great. Now, as far as I feel about, releasing like a map pack 30 day early on Xbox or releasing content based on blah, 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 I guess it doesn't matter as long as it's not a cross-platform thing. You can't release a map pack 30 days early on Xbox One that's not available to PS4 if those two consoles are fighting each other because you give an obvious advantage to the people who play on Xbox One. So as long as there's no cross-platform, I don't think it really matters, but something needs to happen with companies who are releasing content early for Xbox One like Skyrim did, and then never releasing it on PS3. I said Xbox One, I meant 360, but then never releasing on PS3 because of quote-unquote problems. And I don't know what problems were, but by the time that the PS3 got the Skyrim DLC, they were like, fuck you, we don't even want it. Now you're going to make us pay for it? It should have been
honestly,
free.
I forgot all about that.
But then... They should have just not released it, just said from the beginning they weren't going to release it.
Yeah,
and then it would have been kosher. Or
stop saying it's coming, say we're having some big problems with this shit, which, no, you're not. Everybody that releases DLC releases at the same time, and it's the same shit. Why are you acting like...
Well, that was one of the main problems with the PS3. It was extremely difficult to develop for. That was one of the biggest advantages that nobody but the people behind the scenes would be able to tell you in the Xbox 360 and PS3 war.
Right.
PS3 was very hard to develop for from a developer perspective.
It
wasn't... And 360 was easy to develop for, which a lot of people chose 360, and that's why you saw more games coming out early, more exclusives. It was a good system to develop for, and PS, like most ponies thought they had gold in their hand, and you had to go through hoops to get a dev kit, and it was just not an easy system to write for.
I will say real quick before we move on, another interesting thing that games companies are starting to do, and this is like the really first time that it's been this wide. Like before, you could pre-order your game at GameStop and you'd get a special thing.
Yes.
That was really the only company doing it. You could pre-order on Amazon and you get like an Amazon gift card, but that's not really some bonus that comes with the game. That's just Amazon saying, "Hey, thanks for pre-ordering it through us."
Yeah.
But now I think it was Assassin's Creed, this upcoming game that's getting ready to come out. You can order it from Best Buy, Amazon, GameStop, and Walmart, and you get 4 different in-game weapons depending on which place you ordered it from.
That's cool.
And
That's
if it's a
neat.
computer game, I imagine, cause like every time I've done something for Steam, you get something extra if you pre-order from Steam.
Yeah, sure.
Like for EU4 or Civ, stuff like that, I got little bonus shit.
Yeah, whatever it may be. It's always cool to give me, if I'm going to go to the lengths of pre-ordering it, especially for a download, give me something.
Agreed.
Because I don't, for a downloaded software, I don't have to pre-order. And you don't even really have to pre-order anymore. That's kind of a thing of a past.
Yeah, I think even working at GameStop, that was one of the things they really preached at us. That was one of our numbers. We had to hit, pre-order. And like whenever I first started working there, like, oh, you need to pre-order this game or you won't get it opening day. And that's what we told people. And I wasn't doing it to lie, but because I probably just didn't know any better. But like when I tell people to pre-order, fucking Madden or something like that, and then we get 100,000 copies, and I'm like, I
had 90 pre-orders.
Yeah, I'm just like, actually, we have we have like a couple hundred pre-orders on Madden.
Yeah,
I mean,
they got something extra, didn't they?
That's not a lot.
Back in the day, no.
That's not a lot.
Because I got a lot of like little
1,000
figurines
copies.
and
back in the day, whenever I worked at GameStop, it was probably
you got me all kinds of swag all the time.
Yeah, but I just took it. You know what I mean? Like there was extra swag that like they gave it. Like they weren't necessarily.
I know, but like I got
sometimes
like
be a lanyard or something like that.
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff for stuff I pre-ordered. That was even before you worked there. Like it'd be stupid shit. Like I got Wind Waker or something. I think I got like an art sale. I got something
that's true.
On
There was
original. It's very little stuff, but you get stuff.
You heard it here first, folk. Andrew steals from his employers. Just
wasn't
throwing
stealing.
that.
There's free
fairness, he did it for my video game collection, and I don't care. I support him.
That's If you ever go to court for this, don't let him be your witness. It's okay. He stole it from my video game
after
collection.
5 years, statute of limitations on theft.
There you go.
It's now gone.
There you go.
Right.
I thought it was 7. Is it 5 in Indiana?
It's 5.
Oh, well, there you go.
In a lot of places, it depends on what it is. Like if it's international, if it's
What about
drug
rape?
related. No, nothing. It's forever.
Damn it.
Rape is forever. It's like a diamond.
I mean, I haven't raped anybody.
It's kind of like murder. Murder is forever.
Do you hear that? Next time my wife's like, I want diamond, I'll be like, diamonds are like rape, honey. They're forever.
That's not a good selling
Rape
point.
diamonds.
You don't want diamonds. They're like rape. They're forever.
It's a way to get you out of buying diamonds, though.
Yeah.
It's like a scare tactic.
I guess when you go to the jewelry store, you're getting raped.
Probably. But you can tell, if you want to go that, instead of going rape, do the blood diamond route.
Blood diamond.
Just make her watch Leonardo DiCaprio in the movie, and she won't want anything besides painful death.
Mm-hmm.
Real dub.
Yeah.
Closing it out.
Real
I don't know
dub.
This question might not be as pertaining to you, Jeremy, but he wants to know our thoughts.
So it's for straight people.
The evolution.
I support our gay listeners. I don't know about you homophobics over there.
He was not supporting him. He was just discussing how much you love cock.
Yeah.
And you
I love it. I love
the
it in
cock.
support of gay people.
Do
I
you
love
now?
my cock.
That's not what he was saying.
Anyway.
How do you feel about the evolution of Final Fantasy in such a way that from the beginnings, it really no longer even resembles what it once was? It's become
You've got a couple.
twisted and
You got your classes and your
There's little strings that can
your summons, your eidolons, whatever you want to call them.
It
but
obviously peaked at 7.
Obviously.
They haven't made a good game since.
That's true.
I guess for the evolution of it, I went to the peak is at 7. I actually, once again, going back, not remembering the music, 9 was really good. Honestly, 10 and all the ones with the chicks and all that stuff afterwards.
The original 10 was good. 10-2 I didn't play. I heard it actually wasn't bad, though.
After the
10-2, is that the one with all the girls?
Yeah.
Yeah, it just got so weird and the mechanics. I don't know. I kind of...
Nana Nia fucking jocks that game.
Which one?
10-2.
I imagine because she's a chick.
Because she's a girl.
Actually, but she's a cool chick, though, so...
She's not listening.
Yeah. No
Who
one
are we joking?
It makes me think of a very particular meme. I'm not going to go there either. I guess here's the thing. Like, for me, and this is a nostalgia point and things that we like out of RPGs in general, we love 1, 2, and 3. And when I have anthologies and I went back and played the real 2 and the real 3, not 4 and 6 or whatever, they're awesome. I love 7. I love Tactics.
For as much shit as we give 7, it is a good game.
It's an amazing
really
game.
good game. We just think everybody blows it a little too much.
Kind of like Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
I liked
Still a
Ocarina
great
of Time.
game, yeah.
I just don't want to insert it into my anus. It hurt. It's a wide cartridge. I'm going to get it dirty. It's never... Try blowing on that cartridge after that.
Yeah, true.
Smell really bad.
It got really off base and almost so convoluted that it lost its original message. And that's my problem with Final Fantasy. It's more about the name. It's all style, no substance anymore.
And they went a little sci-fi in the future games.
They went
They
sci-fi.
have.
They kind of incorporated the guns a little bit, and I mean, some of it's done well. I mean, it's still not. What was the most recent one I played? Not the online. I actually was interested to play the online one, the Final Fantasy 14 Realm Reborn. Actually looked pretty neat. If anybody's played that out there, let me know if it's any good. I'm not saying that I would get into it, but I was kind of interested for a while because it got some good reviews and looked neat. But besides that, I think I played a little bit of 12 and then some of 13, and it wasn't bad. It was just different. It didn't have the same feel, but like 13, like it was weird how they did things. Like all your summons were vehicles, and they turned into vehicles. It's not as gay as it sounds.
Transformer shit.
Honestly, yeah. Like Shiva was one of the first summons you get. And you only get one summon per person because it'd be connected with you as an Eidolon or whatever is what they call them. And
Shiva Komini?
Yes. and what you would do is like you'd actually get to control the summon. They'd have their own abilities. Like when you'd call them, they would fight for you. And it was really fucking cool because you always kind of wanted to do that in the older games. But like whenever you'd have to go somewhere, like to get to a new place, like Shiva would transform into a fucking motorcycle. And like
I remember you telling me about that.
And it was like Ifrit, or what the equivalent of Ifrit, I forget what his name was, but he would transform into a car. I mean, it was like it was cool. It was kind of campy. I mean, it was kind of cheesy, but it kind of worked.
But in the realm of RPGs that are now, do you really feel like, man, this is so defining, this is so amazing? The problem is it used to be for the first, if you include tactics and like, honestly, I even think Mystic Quest or even some of the Game Boy ones where I'm playing, I'm like, damn, nothing touches this.
Like I prefer
it's the upper level.
I prefer the medieval style. The new sci-fi is a little much, but it doesn't. Yeah.
Am I off base saying that they're kind of surviving solely on the Final Fantasy name now?
Yeah, I think that's completely accurate.
I don't think completely. I think if they put out these games under a different title, they obviously wouldn't sell as well because they are relying on the name. But
so I'm not saying you wouldn't sell, but I think you would be a niche title.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
That fucking song stuck in my head. Shiva Kamini Soma Kandakam.
Kamini Soma Kandakam. Hey, Shiva.
You watch the League at all?
No, I haven't had a chance to.
Oh,
I know.
good.
That's
very good show.
One of the shows I need to check out.
But that is it.
Hey!
And that's the news to me.
Speaking of news.
That's a good sound effect.
At the beginning, I actually thought it was a little Mortal Kombat-y.
Yeah.
I was like...
We kind of touched on...
News!
Yeah.
News!
Well, we kind of
I'm
touched...
totally making that now.
Nice.
Just so we're clear on that.
Well, fucking about time. No,
Yeah.
well, we're keeping the news segment officially, so...
Yeah.
We kind of touched on... you mentioned about Nintendo and their exclusive titles and how, we fanboy them pretty hard in general, and I think rightfully so.
Fanboy.
But...
100%, actually. I'm a Nintendo fanboy.
I think we all are. I think we all are to a degree.
I rub my penis on my Wii U.
Good. Well, that's kind of weird because I did it too. So our penises have indirectly touched.
Yeah.
Fanboy.
But the reason I bring up Nintendo is because whenever we did our last podcast, E3 was going on. And it was the day before Nintendo had come out with any of their releases. You guys got it, or I know you specifically, Jeremy, got a chance
I watched the entire fucking thing.
See, I didn't get a chance to. I didn't get a chance to watch much of it because work and, jerking off and that kind of stuff. So
Nintendo walked out on stage, they took their massive throbbing cock and they slammed it on the stage and they walked off. That's what happened.
And I hear it went over well.
It did. Oh my god.
That'd have made a lot more waves if it actually done that. Just to let you know. So small.
Nintendo wins.
So I guess in a way,
victory.
talking about Nintendo, like let's discuss them at E3, how they did, what is their impact at E3 for the next year or so, from what you could see that they had.
I would want to interject. We discussed this last week. This is actually a Skull King question if things were released too early. Although I love their E3 press conference, this proves they released.
Oh yeah,
way too
fucking early.
Some of those good games, 2015.
Yeah. And the problem is,
shocking to me.
you released 2 years ago.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
You should have been E3 right now talking about your system launching this Christmas.
Right.
And then all your games launch in the next 6 months, and you probably count the money.
Nintendo, you can hire us for this position, by the way, to tell you to stop being
don't be dumb.
And,
don't be dumb. Don't be dumb, Nintendo.
DVD.
Get the fucking newspaper out whenever they start to release too early. Just fucking hit them in the nose, like bad dog.
Bad Nintendo.
Bad Nintendo.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Wii U, and this is a big fucking thing. I mean,
Yes.
I wouldn't be surprised if Nintendo doubled their sales.
Oh, yeah, look.
I mean,
You bought one because of the game?
yeah, and that was before E3. That
We
was
bought it for
just for
Mario
Smash
Kart.
and Mario Kart. That's it. And now we've got Zelda. We've got, of course, we don't care about this, but we've got a new Donkey Kong, or a new a new Yoshi game coming out.
I think Pokemon. Did
Well,
they,
it looks
did they say
good.
about
The Yoshi
Pokemon?
game looks cool,
Yeah, it looks neat. It looked like a
Yeah.
little yarny style, kind of like the Kirby yarn game that came out.
which I thought was actually a good game.
Yeah, it was neat. But it's not like a big title. But you've also got Star Fox, a new Star Fox coming out. You've got
I'm hoping to
obviously
go back to the Sky on that one, just
Yeah.
because like I got Star Fox Adventures on Wii.
that was a weird game.
Yeah, it was really weird. That's just GameCube.
Was it GameCube?
Can't remember which one it was. Now I think I know.
I
have
think
it.
I think it was.
I beat it. It was just
Yeah.
like I ran out of the vehicle.
I imagine
want-
they'll go back to the Sky.
I would think so. I want it to be Top Gun with a bunny and somebody tell me to do a barrel roll.
They got they leaked. They fucking announced the new Zelda coming out, which looked badass.
I need to go back and look at that because everybody's talked about it a lot and blown that game. And honestly,
It
you
looked-
tell me open world. Well, you tell me Zelda, okay, people are gonna blow it. You tell me open world Skyrim Zelda,
It looks like
I'm
Link,
gonna blow that game.
It looks like an Elder Scrolls Link game. Which, by the way, not only are they merging those two worlds,
Which I want to know if it can I murder people is Link. I'm gonna guess probably not.
probably not.
That's a downer.
I just want to hookshot chickens and get shit on.
Anyway, did you see Hyrule Warriors?
Yes.
Dynasty Warriors
No,
meets
no, and I think-
Zelda?
I don't know
think-
how you're gonna mash the lore to make Zelda work that way because Zelda
I don't-
never
I don't
fights
think
these
the-
massive battles.
I don't either, but
I don't know that
they'll
the lore
work
matters.
something.
I mean, I really not to be that guy. I don't think lore. I think this is just a fun idea for a game.
Well, I fucking played. Like most people started to shit on Dynasty Warriors after like the third one.
No.
I bought all 8.
Yeah.
I played every one. I love for partly because if you want to talk about fanboy, Rise of the
Koei.
Kingdoms fan. I'm a
Yeah.
Koei fanboy all the way from
Yeah.
even like Brandish or
That OG
Sayuki
fanboy.
Journey. Oh, I
Yeah.
am Sayuki Journey West. It doesn't matter. Obscure and Koei. It's in my butt.
I started reading Romance 3 Kingdoms, by the way.
Hey,
I
tell
got
me
it in
that.
PDF form.
Oh, look
I'm
at
like
you.
190 pages in out of like...
Got about 3,800 to go.
no, the unabridged version is like 8 grand.
Oh, I know. I,
1,000
Jesus, I know
pages.
you got the unabridged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Oh,
I just got the first book. It's like the first book is like what 1,500 pages, 2,000 pages, something like that, and that's like one of 6.
It's 6 volumes. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a hefty read.
And honestly, that's kind of interesting
800.
because you don't read really.
No, but I really like the romance.
Yeah.
Anyway.
World.
Yeah, the world behind it. Not that it's a world; it's fucking actually
Real
happened.
life.
But yeah,
Well, that book is
yeah. I mean, it's obviously fantasized a little bit.
Sure.
But anyway, what else did they talk about? They talked about Splatoon. Did you see Splatoon?
I did not see Splatoon.
I did
It's
not.
a new shooter. It's like a third-person style shooter where you have it's very similar to the Flood from Mario Sunshine. You have like this pack on your back that's got an ink gun on it, and it shoots ink. And it's a shooter, but it's also twofold. It's like a kind of like a domination style where you got to control the map. So you use your ink to kill people, but as you're shooting, your ink also colors the ground. And whoever has the most color on the ground at the end, that team wins. But the other thing on top of that is that you can turn into, which is really fucking weird, but your person can turn into a squid. And you move at like triple the speed, you can like jump really high, but you can only travel in your own ink. So it adds like a few different...
That's really weird, but it's really innovative.
Yeah, I don't know that
If
I'm
it
gonna...
plays well, it would be fun.
I don't know that I'm gonna play it, but it's like...
It's one of those games that could get lost in the shuffle of all the Nintendo, the Nintendo
Exclusives.
Yeah.
Yeah, the big names. The only one that really wasn't announced was Metroid. I didn't see anything about Metroid.
There's nothing.
Did they come out? Metroid Prime M or some shit like that came out on Wii.
Yeah. That's
So
been a while, too.
I'm expecting something to happen.
Which
with-
that wasn't nearly as... I mean, they were bad games. Just the problem was they came out like in the wave of Halo when the
Yeah.
first one came out.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry. It wasn't Halo. I know what you're trying to do. It just wasn't happening the same way. That's part of the problem.
What do you guys think of the amiibos?
Amiibos.
The little figurines?
The to me, it's like Skylanders.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Which my nephew has Skylanders. I played with him at Christmas and stuff, and he has like quite a few. It is a really fun concept.
Yeah.
You know, you put the Skylander on there, and then you get to play as that guy, and it lights up. Now, to me, I'm like, why the fuck do I need all the apparatus? Can't you just like let me pay online and just buy that guy? You know, but
I figured from you it would be completely different because you get to collect the Nintendo figures.
Oh yeah, the new ones, dude, have like you get like the body of one and the torso, and you combine different ones and they do different powers based on the combination. No, I like it for that point a lot because they're actually nice figurines, and they're not because I bought some for Christmas for them. They're not. They're like $4 or $5.
Yeah,
and they're you can play the whole game with this guy, and they're all so completely different. It's really pretty cool. It's a fun concept. It's fun for kids because you can hot swap.
Yeah.
In the middle of like fighting, you can move around, swap them off real fast, and you have a new guy almost instantly.
The thing about this one is apparently it's like its own thing, period. It's a peripheral. You don't have to have it for anything. But it stores your information on that character completely. So as the Smash Brothers, and I think they talked about Mario Kart, were the two that were going to have it instantly accessibility with the Amiibo. Basically, you have the little Wii U gamepad, and you hover the thing over. I think it works with 3DS too, or they're going to have it work with 3DS. I'm not sure. But anyway, it then loads that character into the game. And Mario Kart, you race them in Street Fighter. Jesus Christ. In Smash Brothers, you fight them. Yeah. And they level up. And they get better. And they do more things. And they start to become harder and harder. So it's a different way to fight CPU players. Like if Andrew and I were going to be playing Smash Brothers against two computer opponents, why wouldn't we have an amiibo playing against those? So at least they're getting better. They're starting to
adapt.
Not adapt necessarily, but they're starting to level
starting
up.
To learn.
Yeah.
Human emotions.
And they're giving us more of a challenge as they level up. In Mario Kart, they have their own races, and they do better as they start to level up and shit like that. So it's kind of neat. I think it's a little gimmicky.
Yeah, and the name is terrible.
Amiibo. They just did that so they could fit in the me.
Yeah, it's a terrible name.
Yeah,
I don't like the whole me thing.
They should have called them Weetards.
I don't think that would have went over.
No?
Marketing. While we should be in charge of telling them what not to do, I think that if they come to us that, we should say no to that as well.
Well, what are you talking about?
I like it.
Yeah,
but I don't think you can market it
that
well.
Is retarded.
Yeah, we totted. Anything else that we cover from E3 that we?
Do we miss anything from day one? Because I know we were kind of... Was there anything...
Day one was two companies I could give a fuck less about.
And the problem with a lot of the Sony and the Microsoft stuff, like we were just talking about, it's just fucking the 2-minute trailer and hype and a lot. And I'd say just them. It's really not them. It's the other developers. A lot of it's like, here's what our game will look like in the opening credits. Enjoy. You know?
Oh, speaking of which, you want to hear some shit? And I don't know if this is true. I don't know what the reasoning is. I mean, I know it's true, but I don't know what the reasoning is behind it. But when Watch Dogs, the Ubisoft game,
yeah,
was originally shown at E3, amazing fucking graphics. It looked like the next generation of video games. When it launched, not so much. Somebody has gone into the files
of Ubisoft, I heard something about this and
of Watch Dogs and re-enabled those graphics. That's all they are, is like an INI file. Re-enable those graphics, and it instantly looks as beautiful as it did at E3. And the conspiracy theory behind it is that they disabled those graphics so that it didn't vastly outshine the consoles. Like, that seems to be a little shady to me. Why would you leave the high-end graphics in and not allow me to play with them?
No, I agree.
Well, so what was the reasoning behind that, you know? So
there's Ubisoft, if you want to come clean, you can do it on the Gamegasm.
Maybe there could be some kind of stability. There could be.
No, people have re-enabled it, played the entire game with barely, and even on top of this, barely any change in FPS.
Really?
So there's essentially no
reason to do it unless you're trying to dumb down the graphics to make it similar to consoles. So it didn't vastly outshine that bad. I wonder if they're trying to hide how vastly underpowered these consoles are.
Maybe.
I don't know. But that's
crazy. Like
I just saw that. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
I saw something that I didn't read real far into, and it was like, it already sounded shady as fuck with 2 sentences into it.
Yeah, thanks 4chan for letting me know about that.
Was it 4chan? I saw it on Reddit.
Yeah. Sure you did.
Yeah, that's right.
I read it on Reddit.
Not 4chan.
No.
Anything else that you guys? I mean, we've covered a lot of big titles. You know, all the big excitement. We obviously know. You know, Nintendo's the excitement, especially, you know, I think they were smart.
They need the sales.
Yes.
I mean, I had an erection on Tuesday when we recorded last Monday. So we only had to talk about it because it was like, I was hype. I was fucking live tweeting what was going on. I was like, oh my God, you know, it was so amazing.
And the Smash Brothers, like, tournament. The Invitational. Was that pretty cool? Like I said, I didn't get a chance to watch it live.
It was neat. The the final smashes are all really cool looking. We didn't get to see a lot of them because it was a lot of characters that have already been, like Fox still had his big Land Rover, or, whatever that's called that came down. And
the Mega Man was really cool.
Yeah, the Mega Man one was neat. But the Link's was the same. He had the little Triforce slash thing or whatever that was. Those are only the really two that I saw. I saw one other one. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, I mean, it was neat.
It's cool. I mean, that's cool to do at E3. I mean, you think about E3 being, just to show off stuff, but just gonna have an invitational was kind of cool.
Something else I did see that was we're going to talk about Smash for a second. Something else I did see before we move on. They have a new race mode, and apparently it's this mode, and I don't know if it's just 3DS because they only detailed it on the 3DS. I don't know if it's coming to the Wii U version or not. Which, by the way, 3DS has its box art. I mean, it's ready to ship in October, so Wii U is probably going to be November, I would imagine. But anyway, they have this race mode where it's a 5-minute race, and you're in a humongous open area, and you're running around, and you're killing things and getting power-ups. The cool thing about it is that the things you're killing are enemies from every Nintendo game you've ever played.
Well, that's cool.
You find enemies from Donkey Kong, you find,
Shy Guy or something, or...
But the thing is, you'll see a Shy Guy, or you'll see, whatever those little kind of alligator-looking things were from Donkey Kong, whatever they were called.
Yeah.
I don't remember. They start with a K, I think.
Well, K. Rool is the bad guy.
But they were like...
it was like Clippers or something?
Something like that, or Crinkles, or something.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was.
Like that, yeah.
But you'd find enemies like that, and then you'd find, actual game bosses that were harder to beat, but when you did beat them, you'd get higher power-ups. So... there's a couple different strategies. Do you go for the big guys first and then get a huge boost? Or do you go kill the little guys first, get boosted up, then try to kill the big guys? But the point of it all is that you're leveling up your power, your speed, your jump, and all your attributes. And then at the end, the culmination of it all... at the end, then you fight a random style game mode. And, obviously, you want to be the guy who got a shit ton of stats so that you can...
Kremling.
I knew they were a K. Thank you for looking that up.
I saw Clippers because I know he's a guy in my chat, and I was like, did he name himself after that crocodile? I don't think so.
Kremlin. I knew they started with a K. But anyway.
So yeah,
it's pretty neat. It's a pretty neat little game thing, and that's where you get. Apparently, that's where it's easy to farm your ability upgrades and stuff like that.
That's really neat.
Yeah, it seems like a really neat game mode.
Cool.
Yeah, I guess we're on to the
the round
round of lightning.
Odin,
Great Odin's Raven.
Oh, yeah, girl. It's time for the lightning round.
Hi, here we go. Welcome to Lightning Round, the game show that we play every time.
And the game show that we say that we play every time.
And the game show that we say that we play every time. And now we say that we played every time that we say that we played every time.
Hashtag every time.
Every time. Still live.
Still live.
Guess that game.
Guess that game, you jackass.
Pong.
Sizzler.
Or Red Lobster.
Yeah, depending. Something Beetle. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. It's Joe Flaherty. I liked him on SCTV.
You won last time. O'Brien won. Oh.
I don't know if I made the mic. I should have put it right on the mic.
You might have shit your pants.
You might be careful with
I
that.
should have put it right on the mic. That makes
it's kind of hot outside. It's going to be sweaty and
splattered.
trust me, my balls are hanging low. Okay, are you kids ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
This game stars an infamous duo.
I'm already thinking of a game instantly.
It's Mario. No, just kidding.
Yeah. All right.
An infamous duo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This game was based on a cartoon.
Oh, I don't have the balls.
I see the look in Andrew's face. I don't think he's ready yet.
I
see the look at JJ's face, and JJ's thinking, I have something.
I have 2 games.
Oh, but two
I
games.
don't think you would pick one of them.
Do you have a nutsack?
I do, but I don't want to give Andrew a point.
God. Kind of lost. Honestly, I'm a little lost right now. So,
all right, well, then we'll go to 3.
I think you've got the advantage. Unless 3 is just super obvious, I can...
The goal you're trying to achieve this entire game is to be able to go to see Guar play.
Beavis and Butthead.
Fuck.
I'm glad I didn't, because I almost said Chippendale.
Oh, Chippendale!
But it was infamous, so, I mean...
Chippendale's fairly infamous.
Yes, but they're not infamous.
Right,
they're
right.
famous, and that was kind of the hint when I said infamous.
Right, yeah. I was gonna say Beavis and Butthead. It was between Beavis and Butthead and Chippendale. I almost interrupted you while you're saying you're gonna go to I was like Beavis and Butthead, but you said Guar, so. That was a fucking awesome game. I didn't think you would say that one.
It was a hard game too.
It was.
It was.
Now, you're going to Guar, but it was a fun game. It was a decent concept. It was a good game.
And it was racy for the time too. Because
It
of course
was.
everybody hated Beavis and
It had
Butthead.
to
It
be.
was so racy at that time. And
It was like Booger Man. Remember Booger Man?
Fuck yeah, dude.
Like flick boogers and fart everywhere. That's kind of how it
Plus,
I remember the
days
game. I
to
didn't
make
play
them
too
come
much
up.
of it.
When you got to the end, like while the credits were rolling, you were like on stage with Guar and you were like slam dancing and like just smacking your head on the ground and shit. That was a good game. Okay. Clue number 1. My game, and I have to give you a clue and a half because if I don't, you'll be like lost. The first clue wouldn't even matter.
Oh, shit.
Going to
You're
Andrew
entering my
here.
territory. This is gimmick
Yeah.
infringement, bitch.
This is a turn-based RPG, mainly on Sony systems. Let that sink in. Narrow it down.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
In the game, this is clue 2. In the game, you obtain special abilities, and the special abilities share their name with one of the words in the title of the game.
And you said mainly on
Sony systems.
Sony. For some reason, this whole time I was thinking Sega. I'm like, you're fucking full of shit. Whole time I'm thinking Sega. So Sony system on fucking where in the game?
I might go.
Whoa, we don't do a lot of wordplay clues.
Now you said Sony. Yeah.
Is he going to sack up?
I am.
Uh-oh.
Persona.
That's it? Whoa!
Nice sack.
I had to go. I couldn't. I was pretty sure I couldn't give the third clue away. I
Yeah.
couldn't give the third clue.
Third clue is throughout the series you obtain
Cards.
You obtain the special abilities different ways, but in the first two you negotiate with demons to obtain their tarot cards.
Shin Megami Tensei Persona, what was it?
4.
Yes.
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh, God, so good.
Yeah.
All those games are actually
All
really
the Persona games
Yeah,
were good.
so
really good.
It's hard to find.
good. Yeah.
I used to have a copy of it, and then I don't know what happened to it, and then Seth actually has a copy of it, too, so...
It's probably yours. He stole it.
Well, he stole my Super Nintendo.
No, he didn't.
No.
That's what he says. We
He
know.
didn't steal it. I let him borrow it to play his fucking boating game.
But he swears that it's not.
Yeah.
It's not yours. She wrote your name on it. Never let somebody borrow it without writing like Andrew was here on the bottom or something. You know.
I never did that in any of my systems.
No, me either.
Oh,
No,
there's-
you don't
I
want
never
to
let anybody
know.
borrow my
Andrew was
systems
here.
either.
This Brooks was here.
I always hated seeing other people's like Super Nintendos who were like had that yellow tinge from like smokers in the house.
Uh-huh.
Not that it like grossed me out. It was just like it was just dirty.
Yeah.
Like it was my Super Nintendo looked good, and other
Yeah.
people's were like dingy and shit. So
Yeah, damn girl, your
Fuck
Super
off.
Nintendo be looking good.
that's right. I picked up so many bitches that way.
All right.
It's like I played so much of that game.
Yeah, I picked up so many bitches that way. Yeah, that's a new segment.
That's right.
New segment.
The new gaming segment.
All right, Andrew's game.
My game is a extraordinarily simple strategy RPG, or not strategy RPG, puzzle strategy game. Sorry, I said RPGs.
Strategy puzzle game.
Strategy puzzle game.
A very simplistic strategy puzzle game.
Probably the simplest.
Okay.
Pong. No.
Yep, that's it. Did I do that one already?
Is that a puzzle?
Did I do that already?
All right, question 2, I assume we're going on.
Yeah.
To say that graphics didn't matter in this game would be an understatement.
There's an obvious answer.
Yeah, we already did that one.
Yeah. K.
You're not gonna go that. Right. Okay, I'm good.
There were 3 main things in this game: numbers, flags, and bombs.
Minesweeper.
Or Minesweeper. I don't like the bomber. I blanked out.
Wow.
Went Minesweeper on you.
I was thinking Tetris.
Oh, well, obviously,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Fucking Minesweeper.
Yeah, the graphics were terrible.
There. It's
You
still
realize
in
that nobody knows what Minesweeper is now.
No.
All the kids are like 14, 15 now. They
Yeah.
never played Minesweeper or
But
Jezzball.
one of my questions was going to be, or one of my clues was going to be, we all have it currently. We all own the game currently, but say that it was always pre-installed on PCs. But I don't think it
No,
is
it's
anymore.
not anymore.
No,
There's
no.
no games that come with PCs anymore.
No.
That stopped in like Windows 98 or
Is
some
it,
shit
yeah,
like
it's like not even ski free.
that. Yeah. Actually, 2000 and XP, I think, came with that pinball game.
Does it have,
That pinball game was
at least?
really underrated, though.
Yeah,
Oh, the Cosmic Pinball
Yeah.
one? That was
Yeah.
actually pretty solid.
Yeah. Ski free or whatever it was.
Yeah, it was
Free ski or-
ski free.
Was it?
And you just random Yetis would eat you.
Yeah. Random. It's when you got far enough, he's like, yep, you're done.
Yeah.
So it's time for the Passgasm.
It's time for the password game.
Passgasm.
You
You
get so
just
big.
gotta accept it.
All right, so our category today is going to be Disney characters.
can show you the world.
So, this category I'm expecting to be a shining, shimmering splendor. We'll see. But there's a couple Disney games that are well known. So maybe we get a couple free passes.
Maybe.
There's a lot of animals in Disney games. Maybe we could get you to get each other to say it that way.
Hopefully.
Question.
Huh?
Should we do it without mentioning any Disney game?
No, I
because we did animals with Hedgehog. We were allowed to use Sonic.
I get that. But you could, like, if it was, say, a character from The Lion King, you could just specifically state that game, and now you just guess the characters in it. It would make it harder.
It would. Do we need to make this game harder?
I know.
That's the question.
Our last couple rounds have been really low scoring. I'm aware at the higher scoring.
Let's rock and roll it then.
Let's do it. All right, so Andrew's going to be giving me clues first. Here goes nothing. Come on. Like Pumbaa or something. Timon.
The other one.
Pumbaa.
Yep.
Oh, that's
fucking way.
That's great.
Fucking way.
Okay.
That wasn't even a video game.
I didn't have...
Cat, he just goes Timon.
Okay. The bad guy in the Lion King game.
Scar.
Oh no!
No,
Never mind. The good guy. Sorry. The good guy's dad. Sorry.
Mufasa.
Yeah, that was it. Ooh, this is this one's actually kind of tough. I don't think they made a game on this one, so I'm fucked. Pass. We'll pass it. Just
okay.
Easy enough. Best on the Aladdin game. His girl.
Jasmine.
Yep.
Let's make a game of that one.
No, they didn't. Well then, that's a tough one.
Is it an animal?
No, I can't. It's it. Working around of time.
I
I could have went sports reference and got you there, but Quasimodo.
Oh.
Yeah, that one got fucked up. I mean, I think it's okay. Because you actually passed and all kinds of crazy.
You said Pumbaa, and I'm like,
No, I'm talking about the one where you gave him the wrong clue, and he guessed incorrectly.
Well, I said Scar,
and
because
that's
that was
why
the
I
bad
went,
guy.
Which is okay. We passed, but you remembered it to go on. So
That's okay. We got 3.
Yeah. So count that one because you accidentally passed that one.
well, we passed all of them. I think you actually passed most of them accidentally. So
It doesn't matter. We know.
you go the bad guy. I was like,
I just was like, I was thinking
I was
Big
like,
Lion.
Scar, I knew I had it, so I just went ahead and did it.
I was like, well, not exactly. Okay, so there you go.
All right, so we got 3. Pumbaa, Mufasa, and I go, come on, Pumbaa. And he laughed, and I was like, Pumbaa? That's pretty good.
Okay.
All right, so...
Quasimodo is going to be tough.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the hunchbacks in video games, but there's not a ton of them. I don't.
No.
Yeah, there's not a lot of hunchbacks running around.
I don't want to play a hunchback.
Could have got a Notre Dame reference.
Yeah, I know,
but
that's
about
where
it.
I was gonna go.
But sports games, so I
Yeah,
guess
exactly.
What's next?
All right, here we go.
All right, O'Brien.
Simpatico. I'm not even sure what movie this is from. Okay, you know like the big game hunter games?
Deers and bears and shit.
Well, you fucking shoot a deer. You also shoot things from Africa and big game animals.
Elephants.
It's like a deer. In fact, I've shot them in some of those games.
Like a deer?
Fucking skip this one. I don't know. This is difficult. I don't know if they made a game of this one or not either, but I know they did make a Tailspin game, and Shere Khan is a
Lion?
No.
Or, what the fuck is he?
This character is also what animal he is, and he's named after that animal.
Shere Khan. Is he a bear? What the fuck is he? I know it's the Jungle Book.
I already skipped one. Oh my god, because I don't think they made a game for this one. So,
Shere Khan. Oh god, what is it? I'm gonna be pissed when I see this.
I would get a fucking 0. He's a tiger.
A tiger. I was thinking. Well,
two ways you could have gone: tiger uppercut, one, and also
was tiger the actual
Tigger?
Tigger? Oh,
But I didn't want to say tiger
Right, you couldn't say tiger.
because that would have, in my opinion, would have been cheating.
Right.
I was thinking Shere. Like if you'd got me to go from lion to tiger, but I don't. Yeah, I forgot he was a tiger, not a lion.
All right, well, that
Yeah.
was terrible.
That sucked.
I think there's gonna be a lot of hit and miss.
Yeah. I believe
one
Giselle
was
was from
Giselle.
Enchanted, I think.
Fucking no, Giselle. So I was trying to go is you get a gazelle.
Okay. Ugh. Honestly, I wouldn't have got it.
Oh, yeah.
If you went Tom Brady's wife again, bring Tom Brady into this.
Yeah. Boy, Tom Brady. Football references have been all over the place. All right, I'm going to be giving it to O'Brien. Oh, good God. Okay. In the Tiny Toons Adventures,
Sure,
the main character was a
bunny.
okay.
Thumper.
No.
Oh shit.
It was a rabbit, and oh shit. They actually made a game about this, I believe. He was a famous rabbit that had a really
Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yes,
Roger
thank
Rabbit.
you.
Okay.
Okay, so fuck. We're gonna skip this one. Okay, this is the main guy of DuckTales.
Oh, Scrooge McDuck.
Yep.
God, I love that game.
He was in Kingdom Hearts. He was like a strong melee guy in Kingdom
Goofy?
Hearts. No.
Pete?
No.
Pluto?
He's shit. I can't. If I go outside of video game clues.
Melee character in Kingdom Hearts.
I think fucking shit. Tarzan.
Baloo? Oh, Tarzan.
Yeah. I think he was a melee character. I couldn't remember. It's been so long.
You skipped Christopher Robin.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah, that one's...
That would be a little bit tough.
a Christopher would have been the hard part. I could have got you to say Robin, I'm sure, in some way.
I would think so.
How many did we get?
We got 2.
Ah, balls.
You can win like Batman and Robin, I guess.
O'Brien's going to give to me.
Man and Robin been good. Okay, I didn't know this was even really a Disney character. Okay, fucking... Smite, the fucking, the one that Andy used to play all the time.
Oh, God. Anubis?
No, what the fuck's his name? I just fucking forgot it.
Oh, God. Should we pass?
Yeah, fucking pass it. I
Okay.
don't know why I forgot that guy. It shouldn't be this hard. I'm thinking about a game that has one in there. I only made a Horton Hears a Who
Yeah?
game.
Yeah?
What creature is that?
An elephant?
Yeah.
Dumbo.
Yes.
Okay.
Batman and...
Robin.
Okay.
Christopher Robin.
No.
Robin Hood.
Yes. In Big Game Hunter, you shoot deer.
Giselle. Giselle.
No, but what's a baby version of that?
Oh, fucking shit. Bambi.
Yes. Yes, ain't happening. I'm like, I don't think that's Pinocchio.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I know how it was.
Oh,
It's
balls.
skipping that damn ad awful fast.
So, Big Bad Wolf.
Yeah.
Fenrir.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm like, fuck, I just blanking.
I would have got that too.
I was gonna go Star Fox though. I would go Star
because of
Fox.
Wolf. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got Dumbo, Robin Hood, and Bambi. So we got 3.
3, it's not bad.
3's not bad for this. Holy shit!
This is
I
interesting.
want to go back to sex positions.
I
Don't
think
we all?
we're actually doing better at this.
By the way, editing the sex positions was pretty funny.
Was
It was
it?
good times.
Ready?
All right, here we go. Andrew's giving clues to O'Brien.
Oh God. In Big Game Hunter, it's a
Gazelle?
no other one.
Bambi?
Yep.
God damn it!
Smite God, strong guy.
Hercules?
Yep.
Oh, Hercules!
Past that. Lion King, little monkey guy.
Rafiki?
Yes. Mario, the ghost.
Boo?
Yep.
God damn it!
In oh God.
Bring it to me.
Okay, in the new Civ game, it's gonna be a lot of planets.
Uh-huh.
What is the furthest planet?
Pluto?
Yes.
Ho-ho!
Smite God Lightning.
Oh, come on!
Smite God Lightning.
Oh, it's Zeus.
Yes.
God damn!
Okay. In the Middle Earth games, they have dwarves.
Uh-huh. 7 Dwarfs.
Yeah, one of
Snow
them.
White. Grumpy.
No,
Doc.
Pink.
Happy.
Pink.
Sneezy.
Bashful.
Bashful. Fuck, I was gonna name every
You
damn
got 2
one.
fucking Smite gods. That's horse shit.
That is horseshit.
What'd you guys get, like 6?
We got Bambi, Hercules. We skipped Clayton, who the fuck that is. Rafiki, Boo, Pluto, and Zeus. We got 6.
You know,
Pluto
if I
was
could- if I could-
also
if I
not
could win sport-
a video game clue, by the way.
It was.
Planet's the furthest one.
We don't
Hey,
wanna-
you should on Top Gear 2. You race on this planet. Or Top Gear 3. That's obscure, right?
If you don't want to give us Pluto, that's fine.
No,
So it was-
we will, because I got one of those last week. You got how many?
6.
Fuck off. Now, how many? Now, what's the points now? Because I know you were probably in last before that round.
Correct. Just by, I'm finished up at 11. You have 3, 6, 8. So you only need 3 to tie or 4 to beat. Andrew has 9.
Oh, so I can't win.
Correct.
No. So, but we need 3 though. That's what we need.
We need
3 would
3
make me
to
and
make.
you tie, and 3 would make Andrew win.
We've never done that. We need 4 then, because what do we do when
We've done the tie. Me and you both get a point. He gets 2.
Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we did that the very first week.
All right. I didn't remember that.
All right.
We need 3.
Smite Gods, ahoy.
Just Hercules characters. That's it. That's all we need.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Oh, God in heaven. Nope, pass.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, in Minecraft, you
Okay.
punch trees and you collect
Wood.
this
Pinocchio.
character's. Yep. Oh, fucking shit. Okay,
We need more points.
yeah, I know. This was a really, really weird fighting game where they, like, when you killed them, they would splat. The characters were made out of...
Clay.
Okay, and this is also Professor...
Clayton.
Yes. Oh, shit! God, okay. Pinocchio, we just talked about making stuff out of wood.
Uh-huh.
I just used Pinocchio. Skip that one. Just
Yeah,
because I
you can't
fucked it
use
up.
that one.
DuckTales. Main guy.
Scrooge McDuck.
Yep. Oh, God damn it. Okay, not Hercules, but this is a chick version. Just try to say something.
Artemis.
Pocahontas.
Because Hercules didn't have a video game. That other one, there's no, like, he got,
What was the other
one
one?
of them that you got with, like, 0 video game clues in.
What?
Which one was it? Pinocchio. Or no,
No,
Geppetto.
I skipped it.
I know, but why'd you skip it?
Because I already ruined it.
Yeah, I know, but that's the thing. You ruined it, so you got to pass that one. You never would have got Geppetto. See what I'm saying?
At the end of one there,
I could have got him to say Geppetto.
after Pinocchio.
Without saying
I
Pinocchio?
could have just said, okay, Minecraft, same guy, his dad. That's all I had to do.
That's true.
All right, so how did that end up? I fucked up on Geppetto. We skipped it. That was obviously not intentional, so hopefully nobody thinks that I was trying to just fuck it up on purpose to get past that. We're going to have to come up with a rule for how we do that.
Yeah.
Because I had already been like, okay, we already said Pinocchio, and I wasn't leading in with a video game clue, so we just kind of erred that one, I guess. It's fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the future, we may redo a round or something if that happens.
Yeah, no big deal. Me and you tied 11. Andrew won with 12.
Ah, you
There we go.
cocksucker.
That's right.
Smite wins you the game.
It did.
Otherwise, I would have won, by the way.
Oh, yeah. We fucking lucked out with 6 months. I mean, like.
Well, we'd have got like 3. It'd been a fight between me and Andrew, but yes, you would have most definitely won.
Damn it.
The goose egg that me and Andrew had were pretty bad.
Foiled again. Yeah, I'm like, I found out in this game that when you guys are going, I like watching, but I also like hoping that you fuck up really bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping I was like, when I saw some of the ones that you got, I was like, that's so amazing.
Yeah. All right, so what's the grand total?
You guys are tied with 3 and I have 1.
Oh,
All right.
you could still tie. We could have a 3-way tie.
No, we can't.
Oh, yeah, because one of us is going to get a point. So we're going to have a victor today.
Yes. And it will not be me.
Actually, no, we could still get a tie.
You two can
Yeah,
get a
we
tie.
could still get a tie.
Yeah.
Which, theoretically, you could still win if we get the shithead victory.
Yeah,
Correct.
there you go. All right, so we're going to do the list
list
game,
thing?
Feudgasm. Andrew won.
I got the victory, so
So you get to go first, big guy.
let's do the ceremonial.
Big man.
Let's do the ceremonial coin flip here.
All right,
So who wants to call this? Kids.
ladies first.
Whoa!
You might want to call it then, bitch.
You go.
Wrecked.
Oh, yeah, I'll call it. Sonic.
Sonic, and it is in fact Tails. Get wrecked.
What? God damn.
Tails out for blood. My list here actually are the top 10. And this is actually a weird website that has this list. E-Online, like the fucking
Okay.
yeah.
Talk soup.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Joel
McHale.
McHale.
It all honestly, the list isn't that bad. It's a little subjective, but some of the positioning on the list, whatever. But it's still a pretty good list. Top 10 Mario Kart items, and this is any Mario Kart.
Top 10 Mario Kart items.
O'Brien, kick it off. Or no.
No,
I kick it
yeah.
off. Like, I don't think it's going to be number 1. Blue Shell.
Number 6.
Whoa.
Now, I'm going to be honest with you, you're probably going to remember a lot more of these than me.
Yeah?
But I'm going to go with Lightning Bolt.
Lightning
Bolt.
The technical name is Thunderbolt, according to this
Oh,
list.
he's
Yep,
wrong.
yep. Number 8.
I'll say Thunderbolt. No.
Number 8.
Number 8?
Aw, number 8.
That's like the most fun one.
It was really fun.
Whoa. Balls. Oh, no.
I like both those answers, just to let you know.
I'm going to go with 3 red shells.
That's number 1.
Wow.
Yeah, bitch.
And honestly, that's
I
kind of
never
one you
even
didn't
thought
think
of
is necessarily number 1, but it's
Well, I was-
it's so good.
I was thinking red shell, and I was like, well, 3 red shells is better than 1 red
Yeah,
shell.
I never would have thought of 3 red shell.
Really?
Just because I find it to be just a duplicate of a single item.
Right. Well, I was
So
going
like
to say
from
red
a list
shell.
constructing, and I'm sure
Yeah.
red shell may be on there. I'm just saying like from a list constructing point in my head,
Right.
that's dumb.
Right.
It's like, you know what's better than 1 lightning bolt, 50 lightning bolts. You know, I don't get that.
But there's not a 50 lightning bolt item.
I know there isn't, but I mean, I just
If there was, it'd be better than the one lightning bolt.
you know, I don't think it's the best, but to me, it's kind of campy. A banana peel.
Not on the list. It's further down the
bullshit.
list.
That's bullshit.
Is one red shell on there?
I think so.
I should've
Let me
probably
double
said
check
that one.
here.
Aw.
Yes, number 5.
That's fucking bullshit. That's my problem with that. Whatever.
Hey, to be fair, our PlayStation game had 4 Final Fantasy games. on it.
Agreed.
And Andrew only stayed alive in that game because of Final Fantasy.
At least they're separate games. It wasn't like I need 2 copies of Final Fantasy 3 and 3 copies. Go even better.
2's better than 1.
Yeah, sure. No, I should have said red shell there. Green shell.
No.
Yeah.
There's a lot of big ones on there still.
I'm trying to think of the good ones.
To be honest, I'm struggling to think of another one.
Fireflower.
Fireflower is number 7.
Oh, wow.
I thought that one would be higher.
Yeah, me too.
I think of another one.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't really. I played Double Dash. That was about the last one I really played.
There's still ones from Double Dash that are
I
alive.
know, but I haven't actually played Double Dash since like 2000.
I'd be more than happy to get another list if it's too
No,
one-sided.
he's got it, baby. I just remember I like Baby Luigi's Chain Chomp Superpower. That's not a
That was
item.
actually, well, I don't want to give it away. That was changed into an item.
Oh, wasn't
Yeah.
Chain Chomp? Oh, yeah, no.
No.
It was Bullet. They changed it into Bullet Bill, though.
Oh yeah.
You, like, hit a button and it controls it for you and
Oh, that's
takes
cool.
you through the thing.
Is that 3?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The list. Bullet Bill was actually number 2.
Whoa.
I didn't even know Bullet Bill was changed.
Bullet Bill was really good.
Yeah, but it's just like a star.
Is that the one?
No,
on
but
Wii?
it controls you and you don't.
Is that the one on Wii?
It's on Wii and Wii U.
Oh, okay.
And the 3DS one, I think.
Honestly, Bullet Bill is like the one you get last, and you get like 3 or 4 places out of
Do
it
you?
usually. Yeah.
I'm never in
I
last,
know.
So I don't know.
Number 3 was I would have accepted Lucky 8, but Lucky 7 too. Because Lucky 7 is what they say. I would have accepted Lucky 8 because it's the same thing.
As a new item in 7, and it puts a circling of all of the
have no
items
idea what
around
that
it.
is.
Okay.
Mega Mushroom, I didn't know what that was. Apparently, it makes you big and you can crush
Oh.
people, and it also removes.
I was going to
like,
say the infinite.
no.
You know,
It
super
actually
mushroom.
makes you bigger. You can crush people, and it also
didn't know about that one.
it negates the lightning bolt effect.
I didn't know about that.
Spiny Shell, Fireflower, Thunderbolt,
Spiny
Star.
Shell. Oh, blue shell.
Yeah, Star,
Yeah.
number 9, and the Pow Block, number 10. I didn't know that was an item.
Me either.
I don't know which one
Yeah.
that was from, but a Triple Green Shell was 11, Bomb 12.
I was going to say triple green.
Yeah. But that's, that rounds it out there.
All right. I guess I'll do my list then.
Yes.
Let's see here. Ow, I just drew on my nipple. No, I didn't. Okay. I did number 1. Not number 1. Well, I hope you get the number 1. Top 10 not selling. Top 10. Damn it. Top 10 systems according to IGN.
Okay.
So, Igen.
All right.
You should
Call
call
in the air.
Andrew.
Andrew will be calling it.
And Tails.
It is fucking Tails. Yeah, do we
suck
have a
at
weighted
flipping
quarter?
coins.
This is
I know,
I'm
that's right.
switching the fucking ceremonial quarter. All right, your first guess, sir.
Go PlayStation 2.
Number 3.
Okay.
I don't disagree with that as a first guess.
Not at all. That was number 3, you said?
Yep.
I'm going to go Nintendo NES.
Numero uno.
Yeah. Which it is a better system.
Well, yeah.
But I agree with your guess because it's so
Yeah.
dominant.
Yeah.
I'll go Super Nintendo.
Number 4.
Okay. This is where like I've got 2 in my head. I can't decide which one I'd want. I'm gonna go Sega Genesis.
Number 5.
I knew it.
Xbox 360.
Number 6. Kind of going down the list.
Huh.
Oh, my pen's running out of ink. I had to write this down.
PlayStation 1.
Number 7. I had to write this down because the IGN site is absolute dog shit.
I'm going to go Nintendo Wii.
Number 10. Snuck in right at the end.
Okay, so we have
You have regular Nintendo, PS2, Super Nintendo, Genesis, 360, PlayStation, and Wii.
PlayStation 1, right?
Yes. And 2.
Yeah.
1 and 2 are gone.
What numbers are still available though?
2 is available, and so are 8 and 9.
Jeez, see, we're missing 2.
I know. And those will be the ones we kick ourselves for, I'm sure. But
Probably. I'm going to go 64.
Number 9.
Okay. Not great, but it is what it is.
I really need to get number 2 to win, I think, here.
I don't know that you'll get the last two, honestly.
I'm going to go Nintendo DS.
Nope.
I've
That was a good...
I
did not even think handhelds. That was a good guess.
I'm going to go Atari.
Wow, number 2.
isn't it? I almost did it. I should have just done
That's
it
such a
beforehand.
horseshit number 2.
Isn't it?
That's
I mean, it was a big
shitty.
system,
It
but-
was, but that's...
It was behind... It was before our time.
Yes, but the only thing I'll say is, without the Atari...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate to say it for Nintendo, too. Not granted
Yeah.
the crash and everything. Without the Atari, that made home systems an idea in America, at
Yep.
least. I don't know why I'd put number 2. I'd probably put like 8 or 9.
Yeah, that was kind of my thoughts.
Who's
Tight-
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Who's winning X's?
He
I
is.
am.
He's winning X and points.
Oh, so you can't win then.
But we can, just for
yeah,
fun. just
yeah,
for fun.
yeah. Fuck. I'll go GameCube.
Fuck and GameCube are both incorrect.
Okay.
So all we need is 8.
Yep.
I can't imagine it'd be up there, but maybe it's PS3.
Nope.
No, okay, good.
The fucking Dreamcast.
That's it.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Like, that's a good one. I thought about it earlier.
Yeah.
But yeah.
He's like the fucking Dreamcast.
Goddamn.
Well, I need to do
He
that.
sounded so happy to say that.
Because if Andrew get this next point, it would create a tiebreaker situation.
Huh.
I have to beat you then,
No.
cocksucker.
At least I got a fucking point on that one. That one I felt good about.
All right.
That was actually a fun category.
It was.
So mine is a top 10 list from another random site, much like Andrew, which is Rolling Stone.
That's not random. It's random to have video game shit
Yeah,
on it.
yeah.
Correct. And
But
they're
it's at
doing-
least a reputable website.
Yes, and they're
I
doing
guess.
the top 2 soundtracks, or top 2, top 10
It's gonna be a
soundtracks,
short list.
top 10 soundtracks of all video games, or best video game music.
I don't even know where to begin.
No.
So,
I'm
you
calling.
will call.
Sonic. Come on. Not a triple tails.
It is Triple
We need
Tails.
to get that shit out of here.
Weak shit out of there.
Get that shit out of
But
here.
honestly, does being first in this really is this one?
It depends.
Is this one-
Depends on what you guess, I guess.
I'm gonna go.
I know where I'm going first.
I'm gonna go Zelda.
That's number 2.
Fuck.
Is that where you're going?
No. But that's the fact that that's that high up there kind of scares me a little bit. I'm gonna say Super Mario.
Number 1.
Okay. My number 1 was between Zelda and
And
Mario.
it was because of the discussion we'd had. You know, music in Zelda's better.
Yeah.
Music in Mario's probably more iconic. You know,
Right,
so I
right.
went with
Sure.
the better. Final Fantasy.
There's like 26 Final Fantasies.
Oh, I didn't know if Zelda.
Technically speaking,
Mario.
first Zelda, first Mario.
Right.
Oh, okay. Final Fantasy 7.
That's right. You guessed the right
Ah.
one. Got number 6.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
wow.
Number 7. I apologize.
That's further down than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Now I'm fighting between 2 games. 3 games now.
Is it
I
bad
just
that I'm
thought
trying to
of one.
think of I don't want to go too obscure because it's Rolling Stone. I don't know that they'll know any games that are.
Yeah, that's my point. I want to say this one had a better soundtrack, but I think Chrono Trigger is going to be on the list.
It is not.
Fucking hell! What?
And I'll go the opposite. Where you're gonna go, Secret of Mana.
Yeah.
No, I knew. That's why.
That's why I went Chrono Trigger over Secret of Mana.
And after you went Chrono Trigger, guys, I went with that. Just
All right.
plus an even playing field.
Play the list. Let's say Skyrim.
That's number 3.
Shit on.
It's shit on, dude.
I'm going through a Halo out there.
Halo is
gotta be
number
there.
10.
Number 10.
Number
10.
10.
Made the list, but just a berry. Just a berry made a list.
So we got what 1, 2, and
You got 1, 2, and 3, 10, and 7. So you got 5 of the list. Half of them are out there still. You got 4, you got 5, you got 6, and then 8 and 9.
Oh, shit. Oh, I can't remember that game.
That's not going to help you. So.
I can say blank game, the one that was on blank system, but that's not going to fucking cut it. Shit.
Yes, you just got number 4.
No, I mean, I can say the series and the system, but I can't remember the actual name of the game.
That's the name of the game.
Motherfucker, this sucks. I'm going to say, yeah, it's not going to be there. I'm just going to say Oblivion. I know it's not up there. There's no fucking way.
you know, honestly, I'm glad you said that because that's what I was gonna say.
Is it?
Yeah.
Try Morrowind. See if that's
Yeah.
it.
The funny thing is, technically, Andrew, you're winning the X War. You will have a chance at steal if, in theory.
I'm gonna go. Grand Theft Auto.
No.
It's like maybe when you're killing hookers, it was good. I don't know.
Maybe you're killing hookers and it's good.
It is, but the music wasn't all that great necessarily. So, JJ, if you can get this, you're almost going to guarantee victory.
I gotta get one.
Correct.
I gotta get one.
Because at that point, Andrew will be on the short end of the stick on the X's. Even though you're winning in points, Andrew will have a chance to
So
steal.
he'll have a chance to steal, though.
He will.
Fucking shit on my dick. I have no idea where to go. I'm gonna say
Survey says...
fucking, like, Ocarina of Time. Fucking shit, dicks.
Okay, buddy. Here's your chance.
God damn it. I know I'm not going to get it.
Oh, please. No steal.
I don't know if we've never had a steal either. That's the
I
sad.
think we've had one.
Maybe
I
one.
think we've had one.
Have we had one? I don't know if we ever had one. So, I mean, all things aside, it would be exciting for that reason alone.
It's not going to be on there. This is not going to be it. Especially because I know how the list is. I'll go Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. No.
Okay, what is the name? I can't remember if it's PlayStation or PlayStation 2, but that fucking Castlevania game. Is it up there?
Yes, it is.
What's the name of it?
It would be Castlevania Symphony.
God.
And that's PlayStation, I think, 1.
I knew I couldn't
forgot.
fucking
As
think
soon
of
as you
the
said
name.
Castlevania, I knew that.
Yeah.
That's number 9.
wow.
Number 8 was Portal.
I would never guess that.
They had that one song, Still
That's
Alive, or whatever.
Still would have mentioned that it was became
I
popular as a
bet I know
downloadable
it. Is
track.
Bioshock on there?
No.
Okay. 'Cause I remember that had
Number
like
6 is Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance.
Oh,
Kind of a newer game,
Never would
2013.
have got that.
Number 5 is Red Dead Redemption.
Never would have got that.
Yeah.
Number 4 is Tetris.
Really?
Well, it was really iconic, but it's, yeah.
Never would have got that. Yeah. Oh, so that's it. I don't feel so bad.
No.
No,
I thought we missed some shit.
No, I mean they had some weird ones on the list. They have some really good ones. I don't know that I put Halo 10, but you know.
Halo was 10. That's offensive.
Yeah. And like Tetris, they kind of gave it the nod to the old school, and I'm fine with that.
And they
but
were
it's
just talking about more the catchiness and the ubiquitous that everybody knows the fucking tune.
Wow. Well, that was a fucking nail biter.
That was.
Did I win?
Congratulations. Yeah, you did get the victory.
Ha! Off of the last possible option.
Yeah.
If you would have got anything,
Yep.
game over, you win.
Like Red Dead Redemption, I never played. I heard it was a good
That's
game.
a really good game.
Yeah.
And it had good music. I do not
Top
put it
10.
on this list.
Why is Chrono Trigger not there?
Don't know.
You can
And
tell
why-
that they didn't really go anything too old school except for like the big iconic old school.
Correct.
You know,
What
so-
was the... Okay, so for anybody... You guys don't know this behind the scenes. There were 9, and O'Brien filled in with the 10th that he saw on another list that he thought
I
needed to
assume
be
Halo
there.
was probably the... No.
What was the one?
Legend of Zelda
Really? Was it?
wasn't even on this fucking list.
Wow.
That's offensive.
And on the other list, which was on Forbes, but the problem is with Forbes' list, it had top 12. It was not top 12 in any order.
Oh, that's stupid.
It was just here's the 12 best in no particular order.
Uh,
And they also did their list would have been great because they did by series. They did all Zelda games, all Mario games, all Final Fantasy games. Where this one was very specific. But the problem was it was in no order. And the way they did
Wow.
order it was a couple obscure games that nobody's ever heard of. So I picked the one that was a glare. And by the way, Chrono Trigger was on that one.
Ah.
But
Was Secret Man on that one, by chance?
Was not.
Oh.
I could not, in good faith, put Chrono Trigger on a list.
Above
when
Zelda.
It's Zelda, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know. No problem with that.
And it's the number 2 one. So, hey.
All right. So Brian won last week.
I
And-
did.
Something tells me that you played so much of a certain game.
I played so much of this game that, in fact, it maybe even created my love for a certain genre.
Oh.
I played so much of Ogre Battle,
Yeah.
March of the Black Queen.
Yeah.
I didn't play much of the Super Nintendo one, but I played a lot of the 64.
Yeah, and I mean, the 64 one's, I guess, more of
Yeah.
a bigger, bolder version of it, but it's... We always talk about Shining Force. And no hating on Shining Force. Shining Force cannot even begin to hold Ogre Battle's jockstrap. I
Yeah.
think it's a game.
Can I hold Ogre Battle's jockstrap?
It'd be very girthy. It would,
2 hands?
It would. You better you better call a friend over.
Forklift?
Let me think about it. And I hate to compare them to. I'm not saying one's bad or whatever.
The strategy RPGs, though.
Yeah. Well, they're the same vein.
Right.
One had surpassing music.
Right.
One had a much better graphical base. Another one was insanely more difficult, insanely more customizable. The battles were not plain. They were very interactive. Your fucking terrain mattered. You had to liberate cities. You had money. You had in-between stuff. So many side quests. It's just an epic RPG game. And the thing is, like, I remember playing Ogre Battle. I don't know that I had played Shining Force yet. when I first got Ogre Battle. It was the early 90s. It could be around the same time. So I actually probably would credit my love for strategy RPGs to Ogre Battle.
Right.
I mean,
I played Shining Force first.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Yeah, I don't know that I did. I may have. I mean, I had my Genesis at the same time. They're very similar.
Yeah.
I would say for a memory of first, I think I actually may remember Ogre Battle first.
The thing that really sticks out to me about 64, and I'm pretty sure it was kind of the same in the Super Nintendo version as well, was like your units evolved kind of like the promotions in Shining Force, but depending on if your unit was leaning evil or good, they would evolve. They would evolve differently, and a lot of that was determined by liberating cities versus murdering a whole bunch of people.
Letting characters die, doing side quests,
and like one of the big ones I remember was like just your normal fighter or whatever it was would evolve into either a Death Knight or a Paladin, and
That's
they were
cool.
and the Paladins were like OP as fuck. Like they were so good, and you wanted, but it was kind of hard to have a good alignment for that long. And like the first playthrough I actually had like 3 or 4 Paladins, but like Death Knights were also really cool.
Well, and then a lot of stuff had a lot of monsters, and you had
Yes.
to like fucking krakens. I mean, there's not that many water boards. The only one you had to have water units to really help, but they were a fucking chore leveling up otherwise. So it was kind of cool. And certain characters could only, at least on the first one again, could only class up certain ways if you did them in. There's this witch, and there's this inner stage. There's a moon, and you had to do it in a certain time frame to do it. All these secret items you could only find while searching the battle map. I mean, it was really deep, and actually had a pretty good story considering.
And one of the interesting mechanics of the game too is like you'd have a unit you'd move on a map, and essentially that unit would be consisted of with 5
guys,
and like how you attacked or were attacked. Like if you had, let's say, your Paladins were in the front row, you had like 2 Paladins in the front row, you throw a healer and 2 magic users in the back row. Well, let's say you got attacked from the back. Instead of your Paladins, doing their 3 attacks, which they would from the front row, they would instead become healers because they're in the back row then, and they would start healing, and then the magic users would become also, in front, so they would still do damage, but they would take a lot more damage, and then your healer's abilities made changes.
But you're missing the biggest point of that is you don't actually control what they do.
Huh.
When you go to a combat zone, it is computer dictated.
Really?
You're setting up the parameters.
And all your abilities have certain attacks.
Sure.
If you put
So
Paladins
you don't control where they go or what they
who
do?
they attack, no.
Wow. I don't
Well,
know,
you
I like
control where what units attack which units, like on the map
yeah,
scale, but
yeah,
you don't
but once you meet up
individual,
with
like
a
you don't
unit,
micromanage. No,
You don't micromanage that. So it's kind of cool. And the liberating was really cool. Like, you could take like an hour and a half. Some of the later stages, you might take hours to play through one stage.
Jesus Christ.
But I mean, it's a massive map with multiple cities, and you're doing multiple goals. And I'm comparing it once again, sadly, because the only thing to compare it to is really Shining Force, where a map was much faster, it was a different pace. It was a grander scale. And we always really talk about other games, even tactics, other games like that. They are Ogre Battle. In a lot of ways, Ogre Battle is a broader idea for the tactical RPG. And if I was going to make a strategy RPG, we talked about our game, I would honestly much more lean towards Ogre Battle than I would tactics.
And you mentioned difficulty too. People died.
They were never coming back.
You died.
There's no fucking Phoenix down. There's no 3 turns.
Right.
They were gone forever.
Wow.
So you had to be careful.
I only
protect
saw
certain people.
it played one time. I think it was Andrew. Did you have it on 64?
I rented it on 64
'Cause
I rented it like habitually on 64.
I watched you play it a couple times. I'm pretty sure. I never actually played it though.
I mean,
Seems like I would have liked it. Obviously, strategy games.
64 and that are different.
Oh, you'd have loved it.
Yeah.
There's a decent amount of difference. I just remember the Super Nintendo one because that's the one I remember I bought, and it just was a really good story, and all the different guys, like enemies you could recruit, because that's something that made you lean good or evil. Did you kill that person, or did you let them join them, or did you let them free?
Right.
Sometimes you can't let them join you, but you could get these special particular characters, and they could evolve as well.
And they weren't Thunder God Sid overpowered. They were probably a little better, but they were 1 unit of 5 in that unit.
Yeah,
too. I mean,
you had
just
special abilities,
and you still had equipment too. Like you'd buy, especially weapons. And I know
and money mattered. That's why if you were evil and just fucking pillaged the city, you get more money.
You get more money, but
you're not
you
getting
don't get
paladins
good promotions. Yeah.
Correct.
Seems interesting.
It's one. I'm sure a lot of people have gone back and played it. I hope if you haven't, you should. I mean, you can emulate a Super Nintendo game, and it's actually deep. It's not like the game like you're over in 10 hours. This is a 40, 50-hour game. You're going to get a lot of enjoyment, and it's enough variability to it. I don't think it would really get to a point where you might be, during today's time frame, you might say it's stale, to maybe like 20, 30 hours in. Because there's a lot of promotions, a lot of variability, how you can build your army list.
And there were a lot of secrets too. I remember like looking on like strategy guides, and there was like you would get a Lich class, which in general like Lich classes are really overpowered, really fucking cool. But like in order to do it, you almost had to have the strategy guide. You had to like
So difficult.
find a certain item, and then they had day-night cycle, and you had to find during a certain day-night cycle, go to the certain place, and then you get like the Lich's robe.
Obviously,
and
in
then
the day-night cycle, certain things fought better. There's a lot of strategy elements to this when you think about Super Nintendo that were just lacking.
Right.
And once again, I hate to bang on that drum. You look at other games of that era, they did not have that depth of strategy.
Right. Shining Force, for what it was, even though it was a great game, was very simple. It was simplistic.
And very easy.
Yeah.
yes,
Very
In
easy.
comparison.
Yes.
Well,
and like, honestly,
anything, yeah.
even going to Tactics, a game that's several years later, wasn't as hard.
Yeah.
And
once
could be
you-
difficult. Could be difficult if you didn't power level.
Or if you didn't play the
Yes,
characters they
yes.
gave you that you'd have to be mentally handicapped not to.
Well, it's like when we played Romance or stuff, sometimes we would make our own rulers just to make it a little harder because they weren't as good as some of
or
the
we
rulers
play
that
as
you
the
could pick.
terrible people.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you almost need to keep a good challenge. You
Right.
play the best, it's an easier format.
Right. Yeah.
So,
I
I
like
don't know.
challenging myself that way.
Yeah, I agree completely. I just think that a lot of people don't think about that, and it's one of the best RPGs probably on fucking Super Nintendo.
Really?
It really is.
Really underrated. It's underrated, like not as well known, I guess, because people who know about it love it and speak very
Yeah, it's a
highly
good
of it.
cult status, maybe. I would say it's probably a
Yeah.
cult game where people like, because Ogre Battle 64 or Ogre Battle, I have mine complete in box, of course, and all the maps and everything. It's a $120 game. And it's an expensive Super Nintendo game.
Wow.
So it's got a cult following. It's hard to get, but I don't know a lot of people who like RPGs go out and play it.
Right.
If you like love tactics, or we like people who mention how much we like Shining Force, you should play this game.
Right.
Because I think if you like any of those elements, it's not only you're going to like it, I would almost with hesitancy say it's a better game.
Wow.
And nobody thinks of it.
No, it's one of those, like greatest bands of all time. There's a lot of bands that are left off that list that nobody thinks
Yeah.
about that may have shaped the genre that you like so much. It's one of those things that just kind of falls by the wayside. Like
Maybe a little tedious is the only thing I think a person could do it because, like what Andrew said,
when you said
die.
multiple hours on one battle, that seems tedious.
Well, you can save mid-battle.
Oh, okay.
So it's not a big deal. You can save
And I know,
mid-battle.
and it's been a while, but I don't. You're speaking mostly of the Super Nintendo, but I don't remember it being like. I don't remember ever having. I was younger at the time. I had a pretty good attention span, but I didn't remember being like, oh my god, this fucking battle.
If you were trying to level up guys that were very difficult to level up, like the Kraken
That's
and
true,
stuff like
yeah.
that, or if you were trying to find the secrets before there was a
Yeah,
strategy
yeah.
guide, even with the strategy guide, you had to go to a certain part of a map, a certain part of a day, and do a certain task. It's not easy. And if you're trying to do all those things, it becomes what maybe was an hour, could be an hour and a half
Yeah,
or two.
yeah,
They weren't
yeah.
like 3 and 4 hours, but they were longer. The thing is, the challenging part of it, you die very easily and there's no going back. So if you invest that time, it can be frustrating. And another one I will mention real quick, 3 endings, if I remember correctly.
Which was rare back on Super Nintendo.
Yes, and maybe, I want to say maybe even 4 or 5. I can't remember. I remember there was one that was bad. You didn't do very well. There was one that was perfect, a good one. That one was fucking hard to get.
Wow.
I mean, you had to do certain tasks along the way or it was gone forever. And obviously save certain characters. You do a lot to get the best. And there was a mediocre one. I think there was maybe a couple other ones depending on your alignment.
Right.
So there were different endings. And that was really, really cool, I thought.
Yeah. Seems like a game I would enjoy, obviously. Every time when one of you guys does the game, I'm like, interesting. I'll sit back and listen. Because you guys played a fuck ton of RPGs. And I played a lot. But I was the more generalized gamer,
Yeah.
whereas you guys were definitely more specific into RPGs. I know you played a lot of games, period. Point being is that you guys played a lot of RPGs specifically together.
Yes, we did. We didn't play this one together, though.
Unfortunately.
I don't know why we didn't.
Unfortunately. Is that it then?
That's it.
All right. Well, we'll leave you on that note. Ogre Battle 64 and Ogre Battle whatever,
You
Queen,
can lump them
Black
both in 'cause
Queen,
they're
or
both
whatever.
March of the Black Queen.
March of
They're
the
both
Black Queen.
awesome fucking games.
Both good games, apparently. Go check them out if you like strategy RPGs. And on that note, we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you later.
Deuces.
Peace out, motherfuckers.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week on the Gamegasm Podcast.